Wait! Oh! Booyah, I, faced... Why did I say booyah? That was so weird. Why, hello, everyone! Bit of an awkward introduction today, but... Yeah! Today is the grand day for the finale! The last time I will step in this courtroom for a very long time. I'm lucky I wasn't caught yet. Well, yet. I was the ghost for a sec. Maybe that's my secret technique. I can just disappear. My powers are invisibility. I forgot to turn it off. That's actually a pretty nice skill to have, actually. Hi, Nehru. Nice to see you as always. How are you? I'm doing great. I'm so excited. I didn't get to do the build-up I wanted to do, but I was busy. Never like, Oh, you're doing good as well. That's great to hear. But yeah, I never compromise my well-being over streaming, so... That's the reason why I haven't built it up for a bit, but... It's okay. I'm doing well right now. And that's what matters, because today we are gonna start. How many times did I say that, Shivas? Okay. Let's begin! We are finally bringing him down! I hate him so much. He betrayed us, and now we shall throw him in jail! I hope this goes well for every party involved. Oh gosh, I'm scared. Final trial, everyone! Is this what I think it is? How did I get into this mess? It is... That's far enough! You can't run forever, Mr. Phoenix Wright! Yes! What have I done wrong? I cannot allow you to go on like this. What? But I'm just a simple defense attorney! Silence! You are no longer worthy of your title! That was actually a really good parallel, holy Christ. I've had this dream before, someplace, some time ago. As if this day was written into my destiny. Today I'll stand in court as a lawyer. To prove a killer innocent. March 23rd, 9:43 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Do I have to face him now? Oh, phone. Nice distraction. Hello, this is Phoenix Wright. You don't look so well, dude. You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right? No. I don't want to. I want you to throw you in jail! If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict too. Maya. Now listen up. You better get on guard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime back and not guilty, I'll never forgive you, ever! Maya. Phoenix. Mia. Maya, how's Maya? I don't know. What? You don't know? She hasn't tried to channel me since yesterday. Uh-oh. Mia, what am I supposed to do? Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest smiles. But you can't give up. There's still some hope left. Stop it, please! There's nothing left. Not here, not anywhere. Oh gosh, I'm being called again by this slime bag. Ugh, he does a curse on guard again. Will you leave me alone? Look, don't call me anymore. I mean it. You're really mean, pal. Oh no, I'm so sorry. No. Gumshoe, the big bear, no. I'm so sorry. Gumshoe, I'm really, really sorry. Where are you? Then let me join the investigation team, and we're chasing after the killer, pal. Really? Then you have some sort of lead? Sorry, but right now we've got 0 leads on the guy. But we're not going to give up. Gumshoe. Until the trial is over, until the verdict is handed down, we're going to do everything we can and find the killer. If you can get Maya out, then you can get on guard the guilty verdict he deserves, pal. Aha! That's the plan! Stall as much as possible. That's a strategy I can get behind, seeing we're the kings of stalling. That's true. I could do that, and if they found Maya first. You got that? So you have to do whatever you can to make the trial last longer. I have to make the trial last longer. If you go at Mr. Edgeworth with everything you've got, then you two can draw it out. Oh, now I get it. I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're going to give it all we've got, just like you. Yes! Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe. Okay, the plan is now active. Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. That's such a corny line. Friendship will save the day, everyone. It's the strongest weapon in the world. And you have it in abundance. Yeah! Looks like we're coming to the end. I have to make the trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through. I know it. I have faith in this man. We have to trust him. March 23rd, 10 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 3. Bring it on! Okay. Court is now in session for the trial of Matt on Guard. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being what exactly was Miss Adrian Andrews' role in this murder. That is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Mr. Edgeworth, if you would please inform the court of today's proceedings. Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion onto Mr. On Guard, and then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing a nickel samurai costume. The guilt of these actions are those from which she cannot escape. Then you're saying that she is guilty after all? I'm not finished, Your Honor. Miss Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I would like to direct the court's attention to this card. What is that? It looks like a shell. This is the calling card of a certain assassin. Assassin, you say? Ah, the twist. Yes, Juan Corrida was killed by a professional assassin. And the person who hired the assassin, his client so to speak, is Matt On Guard. Everything of that is true, but we can't say that yet. What a surprising turn of events! I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor. I know what's going on this time. So I know that everything Edgeworth has said is true, but we still have to hold out as long as we can. Yes, that is also true. At least until Maya's safe and sound. I wonder how the trial will turn out today. Probably with a lot of twists and turns, which will be very fun. It will be fun. It will be fun, everyone. The twists are what makes it beautiful, after all. Now then, please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. Ah, right. He was called to testify. Now then, witness, your name and occupation, please. Okay. I'm, Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star. And what is your relation to the defendant? Well, that's... I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him in a way. Yeah. Don't undersell yourself. Mr. Powers, please. You don't need to put yourself down so much. It is bad if the judge already points it out. Nobody needs to put themselves down. Everyone has worth. Including me. Oh, sorry. Well, but I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy. On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room. Is this correct? Yes. I didn't know that. Yeah. But you know, I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went. All you need to do is answer what you're asked. Now then, I would like you to please testify about when you went to Mr. Engarde's room. Okay, sure. Alright, let's begin. Visit to Matt's room. After the awards ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. He was talking with someone. At first I thought it was the bellboy. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night, so I couldn't make them wait for me. I see. Nothing sounds out of place in Mr. Powers' testimony. Talking with the bellboy is no big deal. Yes, you talk with the totally trustworthy bellboy there. If one assumes that the person Mr. Engarde was speaking with was an ordinary bellboy. What are you implying? He's gonna imply the exact thing I'm thinking. Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we? Looks like we're in another sticky situation. Huh? A trap. Can't you smell it, Phoenix? But for us to find out more, we're just going to have to charge in head first, right? Yes. Visit the Matt's room. Okay, let's see. The defendant's room. Why did you go there? Well, I'm his mentor. Like a big brother, sort of. And I wanted to say congrats. What's wrong? Why did you stop? Mr. Wright? What is it? What is it? She has two peas in a pod. You're going to try to trick me into a corner, aren't you? What? No. You're not the one I want to corner anyway. Huh? I know I'm just a poor underpaid action star, but I'm not the killer. Of course you're not. Why would I never doubted you for a second. Hi, dead moldy tree. I hope you have come to be a menace indeed. Hopefully not too much. I wanted to be a stable streamer today, but yeah, the finale is upon us. We are just starting to stress out this poor man. No one said you were, Mr. Powers. No, please, don't trick me. Every time you do your lawyer thing, the witness suddenly turns into the bad guy. No, that's not. Is that man a lion? No, he isn't. But he actually looks like one. Every time? Not every time. Witness, I will personally talk to the defense at a later time. So for now, please kindly cooperate and continue with your testimony. Thank you, Edgeworth. Sorry. So, you went to the defendant's room, and then... Hey, wait a minute! When and how did I suddenly turn into a bad guy here? That's every trial, Phoenix. Okay. Are you sure that was Matt Engarde? Yeah, I'm sure. He wasn't wearing the nickel samurai mask then. If that's the case, then he really can be mistaken. And what was the defendant doing, standing in front of his own room? Talking with someone? At first, what do you mean by that? Well, he was in a bellboyish uniform and he had a bottle of juice on a tray. That's the tomato juice! Why does he have it? Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me. Yeah, but I didn't think he was a normal bellboy. And why was that? Why did I think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Sorry, but I can't remember right now. Sorry. I know you're stressed and all, but please, work with me here. Guess I'm going to have to wait patiently on this one. Okay. You saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant, together, correct? Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats. Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange? You know, I did feel something weird. Yeah, wait patiently as I immediately press him again. I think it was because Matt... Well, he gave the bellboy a tip. A tip? A tip. But that's a perfectly normal thing to do. So, how long did you watch the two of them? Not more than a minute or two, I think. Okay. So who are these guests you're talking about? You guys, of course. You and Maya and Little Pearl. I thought it would be really rude since I invited you guys, if I disappeared on you. So I went back to my seat pretty soon after seeing Matt in the hallway. This is like squeezing water from a stone. It's probably pointless to press further. You remember this, isn't it? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night? I don't remember that happening at all. Maya was making such a racket in her hyper state, I ended up focusing on her. I see. In any case, from his story, he probably wasn't gone for very long. He wasn't gone for very long. I see. Let's see the evidence. I haven't seen it in a while. Camera, the map, guitar case, wine glass. Murder scene. No. No. I want to know more about, like, the tip. The bellboy and defendant's correct. Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats. This is something weird. Give the bellboy a tip. I don't know what to do. What am I focusing on? But first, what do you mean by that? Why did I think that? What am I supposed to know? Hey, wait a second! Actually, Mr. Powers, only a few minutes ago you stated... Haha! Bingo! You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt... Well, he gave the bellboy a tip. Bingo! That's what I wanted to hear. Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident itself? Yeah, that's it! You really know your job. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honor. This bellboy, he wasn't an ordinary one, was he? Perhaps we should let the witness tell us. Very well. Mr. Powers, please amend your testimony. You mean about the bellboy, right? Yes. He gave the bellboy a tip. So he gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that? Well, you see, Matt's not a poor penny pincher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me. How much it was? But that's when something even more surprising happens. the bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket. And that's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked. I'm afraid I don't follow it all. Sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. Wonder which of his shocking moments I should ask about. The face won't tell us anything. Let's go about the tip. It's the first one we talked about. The defendant is a huge star. He can afford to give generous tips, wouldn't you agree? Sure. But giving him that much was maybe a little too much, I think. A little too much? Would you please clarify for the court about how much would you say the defendant gave the bellboy? Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess. And why is that? Because he gave the bellboy a really fat roll of cash. That's not something you give to a simple bellboy. A roll of cash?! Uh-oh. Oh no! This is not good! This proves immediately that Enguarde is guilty. And for context, Moldy Tree, like, we're not allowed to do this. We're supposed to stall for time because, yeah, the situation is really complicated. We're not supposed to declare Enguarde guilty right away. We need to stall for time. Ah, well, how interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it? A very fat roll of cash. That can hardly be called a tip, Your Honor. The judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us. Let's, shall we? I don't know which one will immediately call for a ruling. Let's just wait and see, to be safe. There's nothing I can really object to here. I mean, who can argue that a fat roll of money isn't really odd? So supposing that roll of cash was not a tip, then what is it? Payment, Your Honor. Payment? Isn't it obvious? For the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida. Then the bellboy the witness saw. Yes, he was the assassin. Okay. Hold your horses now. Mr. Edgeworth, you don't have any proof of this, do you? Have I ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor? I have here the card Shelley the Killer left at the scene of the crime. Ah, yes, of course he's gonna use it as evidence. Shelley the Killer. He is the person the police's special investigations team has been chasing for ages. I am certain that the person the witness saw was this very assassin, Shelley the Killer. Really? What's wrong, Mr. Powers? No, nothing. Something just clicked in my head, and I think I just figured something out. Oh? Actually, I saw that bellboy again later on that night. What? Oh, this is not good. Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw. Yes, sir, right away. Now he's getting confident. Now he can press more. This time I was in that hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when the bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Of course, when I say room, I mean Juan Corrida's room. Now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem kinda out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin, I'm sure of it. I mean... I love withholding information to the last moment. To be fair, people sometimes forget to distress. That's how I sometimes am. So I think he was just very nervous about coming face to face with me and my lawyerly ways, Sue. So yeah. Thank you very much. That is all we need for now. Huh? But I'm not done. There's still more. Let us first establish that the bellboy was truly Mr. Killer. Then we shall see. So the bellboy came out of the victim's room. And if that bellboy really was the assassin, then I think the answer is fairly obvious. That will be correct, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it's your turn to entertain and make us laugh. Oh, shut up, Edgeworth. Ha, 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 ha. This is no laughing matter. That laugh was drawn out for a reason, Mia. We need to stall for time. Okay. When was this? And what time was it? Well, I don't remember. The award ceremony ended around 8 PM, right? And I went to Matt's room pretty soon after that. And then I came back. And then I went to the bathroom. So I guess maybe it was around 10 PM by that time? You're not one for details, are you, Mr. Powers? Sorry. I thought I could maybe catch Matt and say my congrats. Okay. Are you sure it was the same bellboy? Yeah. And how could you tell? All the bellboys wear the same uniform after all. But you see, well, he had those stitches in his face. Ugh. So I'm sure it's the same guy that was talking with Matt. So which room did the bellboy come out of? The victim's room, huh? Yeah, the one with all the really pretty flowers and teddy bears. It was one's room, alright. Words cannot describe how screwed I am. Let's continue with the testimony, shall we? Why did he seem out of place? Why are you stalling? Well, Gumshoe... Well, the thing is, Maya's been kidnapped. And in order to free her, we have to declare on guard not guilty. But we, of course, know he's guilty. So, in order to make him guilty, we have to stall out as much time as possible so that Gumshoe can find Maya with the investigation team. So that's why we are stalling. So complicated. So what exactly was so out of place about him? Right. Why the insipid grin? Maybe because I have no idea what damaging thing he's going to say next? Yes, I am hired by the guilty. Out of force. Maya was kidnapped before I decided to be his lawyer, so... It was really forced situation. I am a hostage as well in that situation. Well, the bellboy was empty-handed. Empty-handed? The bellboy was one of those room service people, right? But he wasn't pushing a cart, and he wasn't holding a tray either. You'd call that a little strange too, wouldn't you? I agree that this is a bit strange, Mr. Powers. But is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? What should I do? Should I let Mr. Powers' testimony slide, or... try to pull a fast one? There is nothing strange or unusual about an empty-handed bellboy. But there really is. There really isn't. If you two are done being school children, bellboys are for room service. There's no reason for them to be empty-handed, ever. Your Honor, I ask that the witness's previous statement be supplanted with this new one. Edgeworth! Are you going to do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious? I see. Very well. This court recognizes and grants the prosecution's request. Mr. Powers, if you could amend your testimony, please. Yes, sir. Okay, let's see. So you're saying that it's suspicious for him to be empty-handed? Yeah, really suspicious. I mean, when I first saw that bellboy... he was holding a tray in his hand. He dropped it off at Karina's room. There was tomato juice in his room. That's not strange at all. And there was a bowl of juice and a wine glass on it. Juice? What kind of juice was it? I'm pretty sure it was tomato juice. If you could come up with some sort of reason as to why he could come out empty-handed. Some sort of proof, then I think we can dodge the bullet on this one for now. Proof, huh? Sounds like another job for the court record. Yes. Okay. Would be very bad for us. But he really is the assassin, you know? Yes, but we can't give in yet. If you want to prolong this trial for as long as possible, you're going to have to pull some cheap tricks on this one. Okay, let's see. If I present the glass... Wait, say first. Maybe it's smarter if I say first. I'm learning. Always safe. Let's present this. Bingo! It was the same glass. Mr. Powers? Yes? You're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? As soon as you heard that the bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing it must be true. But isn't he really suspicious? He's got all those stitches and... Don't judge people based on appearances, folks. Even though they really are the assassin. So, a baseball has stitches? Are you saying all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches? Well, there's also... I mean, what about him being empty-handed? I would like to ask the court to please take a look here. This is the crime scene. There is a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Kurita's body. Oh, if I presented a photo, it would have had the same effect. That was my second choice, so I'm glad those were both valid. The liquid inside this glass is tomato juice. And now, if you would look at what is on top of the table in the lower right corner here. The tray. Anyone can clearly see that it is a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. The bellboy had just brought this to Mr. Kurita's room. He left the tray in the room, which is why he was empty-handed when he left. But that would mean that the bellboy had seen and left a dead body in the room. Ah, but can you prove that Mr. Kurita was already dead at that time? Mr. Edgeworth? Yes. I blame you for leading me down this path. Finally, the judge is mad at Edgeworth. I'm terribly sorry. What is with him? Why is he laughing? Witness, isn't there one more thing you would like to share with us? Is there? The bellboy was empty-handed. Or should I say, empty-handed? I don't understand. I recall you had something interesting to say about his hands. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Huh? What? That bellboy, he was wearing gloves. Gloves? Yeah, pitch black leather ones. All the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right? Black leather gloves. Why didn't you mention them earlier? Because Edgeworth stopped him from telling. Sorry, it slipped my mind. Ugh, boy, does this make the bellboy look really suspicious. Because he wore black gloves. Sometimes it's just a fashion statement, you know? Sometimes you just gotta ignore the dress code. Alright, got to focus. I can't lex here. So what if he had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves. Come on, Mr. Wright. That bellboy was wearing black leather ones. So, a football is made of leather? Are you saying all footballs are suspicious because they are made of leather? But that man, he received a large roll of cash from the defendant. And then he was seen leaving the crime scene wearing black leather gloves. I don't think that even someone like myself can believe he was just another bellboy. Ugh. It seems that we have finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony. The rest? Oh yes, please, tell us more. Okay. Okay. Their second meeting. Wait, there was a second one? After leaving Kwan's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door, just like that. He gave something to the person inside the room. Then the old guy just left, without even going into the room. After that, I went to the bathroom and then back to my seat. Weird. So the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene, next went to the defendant's room. Yeah, I kinda saw all that by accident. Some accident? I'd say you saw too much. And all of it was suspicious to high heaven. I think it's safe to say that we can no longer consider this bellboy to be normal. Now then, let's get started, shall we? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Oh boy, this is not going well for us. Okay. Why did no one see you? If you saw all that, why didn't the assassin see you? That's what I was thinking. Is that what you saw while you were busy spying? Excuse me? I may be a poor, underpaid action star, but even I wouldn't stoop to spying. Well, I think the point is, where did you watch all this from, Mr. Powers? Oh, from the door of the bathroom with my left eye, in a sort of sneaky, spy-like... I knew he was spying. Please, does it really matter if he was doing it over or underhandedly? What did the bellboy do next? That's all I care to know. He gave something to the person inside of the room. I said, hold it. Okay. That's better. What kind of statement is that? Please elaborate and give us a few more details. Oh, okay. I should probably ask him only one question at a time. About the person inside. So who took this something the bellboy handed off? Actually, I don't know. What do you mean? I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. Only an arm? Then you're saying you didn't see the person's face? Yeah. Well, it was Mr. Engarde's room, correct? So it could have only been Mr. Engarde himself, I'd say. And then, what did the bellboy do after that? Oh, so after he gave the person inside the room the thing? Where did this bellboy go after he left Mr. Engarde's room? He opened the door to Viola Hall, went in there, and who knows after that, right? Ugh, I do. Yeah, he went after Maya. Yikes. I don't need to press this one. Well, Mr. Powers' testimony just now is just as fake as his first. It's a little troublesome, isn't it? But I'm sure if you press him enough, everything will become clearer. Although, that just makes it harder on us, doesn't it? Ugh, talk about a lose-lose situation. Okay. Now I need to know what he gave. One question at a time. What is this something? He gave something to this person? Yeah. And what was this something? If I remembered what it was, I wouldn't be calling it a something, would I? But this implies that something was removed from the scene of the crime. Are you sure you really can't remember, Mr. Powers? I think it was something kinda small. I would like to summarize the testimony up to this point, if you don't mind. When the bellboy left the crime scene, he immediately went to the defendant's room. There, he handed a small item of some sort to the person inside. As for the person who received the item, all you could see was the person's arm. Yes, it was just like that. Mr. Edgeworth, is all this really that important? Of course, Your Honor. I think this is of the utmost importance. This is when whatever was removed from the crime scene was handed over to the client. Mr. Powers, please, try to remember what it was the bellboy handed off. Well, let's see. I think it was... No. If you remember, please add it to your testimony. Yes, sir. If I saw it again, I could say for sure, but I think it was some sort of wooden statue. I have one thing that fits that description. Bingo! That's why it was in Matt's mansion. That's why it didn't fit with the rest of his belongings. The bear was Squan's. What was the point of that pregnant pause? Where did that objection come from? Well, speak up. It was me, Your Honor. What is it, Phoenix? I have a feeling that something bad is going to happen once I show this. Mr. Wright, if you have something to say, please spit it out. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix, deep breath. Mr. Powers, the something you saw... Was it this item? Oh, hey, that's it! That's the something! Wow, Mr. Wright, you really figured it out! And we are screwed! I recall we found this at Matt Engarde's mansion. At the defendant's house? We are so dumb! Why did I do that? What does this mean? It's simple, Your Honor. Charlie the killer assassinated Juan Corrida in his room. And then he stole this wooden bear from the scene of the crime. Then the bear being found at Mr. Engarde's mansion would mean... It goes without saying, Your Honor. Mr. Matt Engarde is the killer's client. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Order, order, order. I said order. Mr. Wright, this is a most unfortunate turn of events for you. Yeah. Sorry, Mia. No, it's alright. Your judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bear would come up. If not now, then it would have later on. Even if you hadn't shown it to the court, I'm sure your friend Edgeworth would have. I almost forgot that he knew about it too. I think it is clear that there is no need for us to continue this trial. I can't let this happen. I have to do something. There has to be something we've overlooked. Your Honor, a minute, please. Yes, Mr. Wright. There's still a few points left that we have not fully explored. What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can't have that. Alright, Mr. Wright, what questionable point would you like to explore further? The person who received the bear. There was one thing in Mr. Powers' testimony that was very unclear. And that is the identity of the person who received the bear. Give something to the person inside the room. I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. As long as we don't know who it was that took the bear, we can't be sure of... Of course, he realizes just at this moment. What is it, Mr. Powers? If you're going to scream like that, then at least give us a good reason why. Yeah, screaming in the courtroom is not the best option. Oh, yeah, sorry. Actually, so... I remembered. I remembered who took the bear. What? Really? I mean, I only saw his arm. But... The arm... It was the Nickel Samurai's arm! I swear it! Uh-oh! Now I can go to a completely different direction. Adrian was also wearing a Nickel Samurai costume. There were 2 Nickel Samurais in this room at the moment. So I can forward this to Adrian. That will make the trial last longer. You've got to be kidding! Are you sure of that, Mr. Powers? Yeah, I'm sure it was the Nickel Samurai. He really was shocked by the exchange. What an unrecognizable arm. Oh yeah, no one could know whose arm this was. Order, order. It looks like you've dug your own grave. Yet again. How many times is that today? I've lost count. So the person who took in this little bear was the Nickel Samurai. And as we all know, Matt Engarde is the Nickel Samurai. Not the only one. Thanks to the defense, we've made that all the clearer. What am I supposed to do now? Mia, help! You don't have time to act lost. You've got to find another angle to attack this from. Hurry! Now, I will bring this Stop! Your Honor! Again, Mr. Wright. We've already removed any and all questionable areas of this testimony. It's about time you were removed from this court, Mr. Wright. I have to find something. Even one more little point will do. There are still questions left unanswered. What are you trying to pull? Oh? Well, we can't have that. Alright, Mr. Wright. What questionable point would you like to explore further? Again, right? There was one thing in Mr. Powers' testimony that was very unclear. Oh, it's just a repeat of what we already have. Yeah, exactly the same one. Yikes. Blah, blah, blah. We're doing the repeat. Okay. Okay, we have to find something. No. Okay, what do we know about the bear? It's covered in many thin cuts. The bear itself. Let's see. I think it's fairly obvious that the bear itself is very questionable. The bear, Mr. Wright. Well, but this was found in Mr. Engarde's mansion. However, Mr. Engarde was arrested at the hotel that night, which means that since the murder occurred, he has not had a chance to go home. Oh! I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. It is not possible that it was Mr. Engarde who took this bear to his mansion. Ooh, clever one! But why? That's very true. We didn't consider that point, Mr. Wright. There was no wait, time for the defendant to have taken this bear home. Whew, disaster verdict! Uh-oh. You haven't gotten the best of me yet, Mr. Wright. Huh? I remember it clear as day. I remember what you muttered to yourself at Engarde's mansion. I don't remember. Can you clarify? We have this area completely surrounded. There's no way for him to escape. Can't believe it. That butler. All this time he was the killer. No! He heard that! The killer and Engarde were working together, so to speak. And the killer was hiding at Engarde mansion as its butler. What a bold move. The bear figurine was brought back to Engarde mansion by the killer himself. When it looked like he was about to be arrested, Engarde had him do so. I assume because it would have been bad that the police found it during their investigation. Oh no. Well, Mr. Wright, you've been quiet for a while now. This is too much. Is there anything I can attack at all? I think we've heard enough. We now know why this bear figurine was at the defendant's mansion, as well as who it was that received the bear from the assassin in his room. Everything has become very clear. The client who hired the assassin to commit the murder was Mr. Matt Engarde. I see no reason for this trial to continue. Therefore, I will now hand down my verdict. No! Thank you, Your Honor, for your understanding. You see, Mr. Wright, you could not win against the truth, could you? Please. Phoenix, show desperation on your face. I knew it would turn out this way. After all, what Edgeworth has stated is the truth. Any last objections, Mr. Wright? Well, do I? What should I do? I have to. I will now announce my verdict. There is only one way for me to drag this trial out. The only thing I have left is this one dirty trick. Your Honor, right now, we have these two reasons to believe my client is the assassin's client. Reason number 1, he accepted the bear figurine from the assassin. Reason number 2, that very same figurine was found in Engarde mansion. However, it's possible this is all the work of a certain other person. What are you saying? What I am saying is, it's possible a different person is the killer's real client. No. The real client. Yes. Is this all you have? Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. Who do you say is the killer's real client? I am so sorry, Adrian! Take that! Adrian Andrews? Yes, we already know that she tried to frame Matt Engarde for the crime. By wearing a spare nickel samurai costume. Then the nickel samurai's arm that I saw. That could have very well been Miss Andrews. But what about Mr. Engarde? If you would please recall yesterday's testimony. The defendant was taking a nap during the break period. That's right. Then, finding this figure at Mr. Engarde's mansion? It was a well-laid trap set by Miss Andrews. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion on this? Nobody believes it. Nuh-uh. I can't even begin to count the flaws in the defense's logic. Besides which, there is no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully discount this possibility either. What is with this trial? Come on, anyone can tell it on guard did it. Can't believe the defense would go so far as to pin the guilt onto someone else. Yeah, unbelievable. It's not something petty, it's murder of all things. This is to save Maya. This is to save Maya. Even if the whole world turns against me, this is one fight I can't give up on. Order, order, order. All disruptive parties will be forced to leave the courtroom. Your Honor. For the benefit of the defense, I'm willing to play along with his what-if game. His what-if game, Mr. Edgeworth? Prosecution is prepared to challenge the defense's theory. Mr. Wright, even you must have thought it strange and wondered. Why would the criminal want this little wooden bear? He's right. The killer did specifically bring that bear to on guard right away. Why do you ask? Is there something special about it? Absolutely. And I'm sure that once the court knows of its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear. Your Honor, the prosecution calls upon a witness who will clear all doubts against Miss Andrews. And who would that be? It's quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Adrian Andrews herself. Aha! Another witness! Another witness means more time. Oh, well then. The court will take a short 10-minute recess. The prosecution will prepare its witness in that time. Yes, Your Honor. Yes! Now we're talking. Gonna take a sip of water real quick. Very refreshing. She's gonna come in and be like, why am I accused, right? Yeah, we did have a heart-to-heart about that. She's gonna be very mad about this. Oh yeah, this is the guy we're defending, by the way. Totally a not guilty person. Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold her hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? But I never thought in your desperation, you tried to pin the guilt onto Adrian. Urgh, I swear this demon will pay! Mr. Nick! But Pearls? Where's Mia? I don't know. A really strong power suddenly called her away. A really strong power? A phone! Is that Gumshoe? Please tell me you have Maya. Oh, Mr. Nick, your phone is... It's from Gumshoe. How's it going? Have you been hanging in there, pal? Yeah, sort of. We just barely found something to latch onto. That's good, pal. And what about you? Anything yet? Have you figured out where the killer and Maya are? We still don't have any leads, but... What? We don't have any more time! If we just had one, even a single clue would be really helpful. I was only able to come this far because I kept thinking to myself, I've got to keep the trial going until Maya's been rescued. But have I just run out of luck this time? Is all our hope for naught? A tent! Huh? A tent? I could see a circus tent. Mia! Looks like Maya was unconscious until just a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me. So it was Maya that called you away! She's locked in a dusty little room right now. But I could see a circus tent outside the window about 300 feet away. Gumshoe! Is there a circus in town right now? There's only one, pal. The very big circus. Maya's somewhere within a 300-foot radius of the main tent. What? Okay, hold on a sec, pal. Hey, draw a circle on that map. About a 300-foot radius from the main tent. Hurry. And? I can see a mailbox on the window, just outside. Gumshoe, there's also a mailbox. Okay, what else? What else, Mia? I'm sorry, but it was a very small window. I couldn't see anything else. It felt like it was in an old office building. Maybe the 3rd floor or so? I heard her! An old office building! Good stuff, pal! Okay, just hang in there. Just a little longer, pal. Wish us luck. Good luck. I'll call you later, so don't let your battery die, okay, pal? I won't! Mia, Maya's not hurt, right? She's in a pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's being starved. Gumshoe, please hurry! Looks like we're out of time. Are you alright, Phoenix? It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this. I just have to make this trial last a little longer. Okay. We're doing well. We're doing well. Man, it's already been 2 hours? Shebas. Court will now reconvene. The killer, the man who murdered the victim, handed this to his client. From this, one obvious question arises. Why this particular item? I believe the answer to that question will provide us with the name of the real culprit. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian Andrews, to the stand. Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice. However, you have been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly is guilty of the murder. I understand. Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before, Miss Andrews? Of course I have. You have seen it before? That's right. It's only natural that the witness has. Miss Andrews, could you please enlighten the court about this bear's secrets? Alright. Why? Why does she... The bear figurine. Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. At its center is a small cavity, with just enough room to store a small item. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open a bear. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. I see. So this figurine is a container of sorts, is it? Yes. Looks can be deceiving, wouldn't you agree? Yes, this is superb craftsmanship. Oh yes, I nearly forgot. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Looks like there really was something to that bear after all. Okay. Why does she know of it? A puzzle. That's right. But it looks like an ordinary figurine. True enough. To people who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess that this was a puzzle. So what kind of puzzle is this exactly? So you can take it apart. And how would one go about doing that? Well, you first turn its tail to the right and then push it in. Oh, yes, I see. After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed. Oh, this is most interesting. A boy and his new toy. It's like he's 5 all over again. Have the judge have his fun. Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on. I think he's lost it. So what do you find after you take the puzzle apart? And how do you know about this? I know, because I was the one who bought it. Huh? Really? Why did you give it to Juan? Maybe I will know after she asked. Huh? It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland. Then this was a present from you. That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for Juan. So it was a present from Miss Andrews. Witness, let's continue with your testimony. So who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle? Only the two of us, Juan and myself. It was a souvenir from Switzerland, so I doubt that there are that many people with this same bear in this country. But this looks like it can be easily broken. Especially if someone wanted to get at what's inside. Well, it's a toy, but it can never be the same again once it's been broken. Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container or jewelry box? I never told anyone. And as long as Juan never told anyone either, then only the two of us knew. The two of you, huh? And of course that means Mr. Angard didn't know, right? I think this is about all I'm going to get for now. Only Karita and Andrews knew how to open it. Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you have come to realize that there is one very important fact that we have uncovered. And that is this. This bear is actually a jewelry box. I can't say jewelry. 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 Dang it, English! Why do you have such a complicated word? Jewelry! Now that we have agreed to this point, there's only one logical question that comes next. That is this. What is inside this box? What's inside? That's right. That's what we are going to find out next. Witness. Yes? You are the only one who can open this. Please. There's a painful silence. All eyes are on Miss Andrews now as she solves the puzzle and takes the bear apart. There it is. I've opened it. Is this what you wanted? What is that? It looks like a note? I don't think we need to guess what this is, do we, Mr. Wright? Oh no, I think I know. It's the last note. The last note? The last note left by Juan Corrida's former manager, Celeste Impacts. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts, but just as we suspected, it was hidden. Hidden by the victim, Juan Corrida himself. Oh no. It seems Celeste Impacts had very beautiful handwriting. And she just as beautifully signed her own name on this document. This is most definitely the note she left right before she committed the act. Oh no! This is not good! Order! Witness! Did you know about this? Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Juan. When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public. But I couldn't find it anywhere. Because it had already been taken by the killer. Everything is going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace. So now that the last note has been found, what's the next logical question? What is written on the note? That's right. At least, that's what I would think. Now then, I believe it's the only appropriate... the contents of this note be made known. I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much, just to get my hands on it. I was going to burn it, for her sake. I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of the note aloud. Very well. Oh boy, here we go. The judge's voice rang loud and clear through the deathly silent courtroom. In her notes, Celeste Impacts left to us a record of all that had happened to her, while being used and then thrown away by Enguarde, while being engaged to Corrida and Enguarde's role in destroying that, and about how she decided, in her despair, to end it all. Oh. And that's all Miss Impact had to say. This is so not good. There is one thing I would like to say here. Prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. Enguarde. Then what? Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness? Yes. On the night of the murder, Juan was going to make the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference. My word! Met Enguarde's values above all else, his was refreshing like a spring breeze image. Which is why he had to stop this note from being made public. At any cost. Tells us Enguarde's horrible misdeeds. Oh no! It's Enguarde's fault that woman ended herself. And this time he even went so far as to kill someone to stop it from revealing that. How terrible! What a selfish person! Guess there are slime-bound lawyers out there who will defend these scripts too. Hey, don't put this on me! I'm trying my hardest out here! There's no room for doubt here. Mr. the Killer's client's goal was to obtain this last note. And the only person who needed this note that badly is the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house. It seems that we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone. How am I supposed to escape from this one? Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do. I know I have to carry on and buy him some more time. Okay, there are two deadly pieces of evidence. The figurine and the last note. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of the situation through one of those. The gavel is already in the judge's hand. Phoenix, hurry! Last note of figurine. We don't know enough about the last note.
Objection!
Please wait, Your Honor. The last note wasn't examined as thoroughly as the bear. Oh man, look at that lawyer. He's still going at it. It's like he doesn't care that he's trying to get a killer off the hook. I think Your Honor believes that Madame Guard killed in order to obtain this note. Yes, that is correct. But that seems a little strange. Would the court please have some silence? Sheebas! What is it with decorum nowadays? Aren't I allowed to say my piece? I am also doing my job right here. Huh. The disrespect these people have. Sheebas. Yeah, I think I went a bit too far there. In fact, I think there's a contradiction here. This note was hidden by Mr. Kurita until the night of the murder. If that is the case, I say that Matt on guard could not have known what was written on this note. Gonna need subway service to keep the court paying attention, my word. Yeah, true, that would make them more focused on the case. Oh, I didn't think of it that way. Exactly, but I did think of it that way. I thought it was rather strange. No one in their right mind would kill for a note without first knowing what it said. Order, order, order. You'll make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? It's just a flash, but I think it did rather well on this one. Unfortunately, I think he believes differently. Yeah, he believes differently. I believe a show of appreciation is in order. Huh? The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself. Edgeworth, no! I do not wish that. Yes. I would like to direct the court's attention to this. What is that? It is a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying. Spying? What the? I thought that spy camera was in my possession! Did he steal evidence from me? Matt Guard and the victim both thought of the other as their biggest rival. They even went so far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses. There were multiple cameras! Did Juan also use cameras? What? And? The victim Juan Kurita was being spied on. His personal life and was being watched by none other than Matt on guard. Shivas, how obsessed are they with each other? Shivas! Shivas. Order, order! Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities. Well, sort of. Sort of? It's not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright. I see you're confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in the stuffed bear's eye. He has multiple ones, doesn't he? But this camera that I have is not the same one. Last night, I searched the victim's house on a hunch. Using this. Gumshoe's bug sweeper. By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on his camera. Matt on guard's fingerprints were on there? Well, Phoenix, looks like those cameras were in all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say to that evidence? I think this is the end. It's fairly obvious that Mr. On guard learned of the last note through this. He was watching the victim all along. He got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that. Court! Hey, now what's that lawyer thinking? Mommy, is that the mad killer guy? Why do we bring children to this courtroom? It is a murder! My sweating is just ew, nasty. Dude! Why? 1, why are you so mean to me? 2, why do you bring your child to a murder trial? We already been through this. I thought they learned. Yes, Chief? Have you figured out what you're going to do next yet? What I'm going to do next? Is running away like a frightened child work? I know it seems like Mr. Edgeworth is very close to putting the lid on this case. But in his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one very important thing. Well, what is it, Mia? There's a piece of evidence that we really should investigate. Something he should investigate? I would really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into the item when he had the chance. Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden? Alright, I think this time we finally understand everything. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have further objections, do you? What is this piece of evidence that Mia is talking about? Can I figure out what it is? It still needs to be looked at, or should I let it go? I need to do it. I have an objection, Your Honor. That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright. Objection! Your Honor, the defense has no intention of letting this go so easily! Is that better, Edgeworth? You are beginning to sound desperate. That's just your imagination, Your Honor! Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. In your eagerness to prove your point, you've forgotten one very important thing. Hey, isn't that what I just said? So you're telling me that I forgot something. You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. But there's something you really should examine about this piece of evidence. Well, this one hasn't been examined because of its post today. Oh, I can't save here. 3, 2, 1. Bingo! Yes, yes, yes! That is Miss Impax's last note, right? My hunch was correct. This is the only evidence that wasn't thoroughly examined because it was just shown. Yes! Who knows? I mean, sure, this last note was found inside this bear. But this bear was in my possession until only a few moments ago. Which means the handwriting on this last note has yet to be analyzed. Oh my gosh, that is so smart! So, as to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written by Miss Impax or not, that is yet to be even remotely confirmed. Yes, that was smart! Mr. Wright! Mr. Wright! Are you saying this last note is a fake? Miss Andrews, you were the one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. Engard. Who's to say you didn't create a fake last note and put it into this bear? How dare you! Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There is no evidence linking the witness to the last note whatsoever. She wanted to burn it. But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it. What? Recall the witness's testimony concerning this figurine. The only person other than the victim who could solve the puzzle is the witness herself. Miss Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so you could use it to frame Matt Engard. I did no such thing. Right, if you're going to pronounce this last note a fake, then show this court some evidence to support your theory. No, not this time. Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of proof lies with you, the prosecution. Yes! That's what I'm talking about. That's enough. Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on this last note? It is as the defense stated. The handwriting has yet to be analyzed. Yes! He had a slip-up! If that's the case, it seems that yet again we have reached a point where our verdict is impossible. That's impossible! This isn't good, Phoenix. The judge is going to carry this trial over one more day. I don't think Maya will physically be able to make it another day. I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. I request that both the prosecution and defense further investigate. Handwriting analysis my butt, that's just a lawyer trying to buy more time. Engard is guilty! Look, any idiots can tell you that! I think we've reached the end of the line. Guilty! 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 What is this, a sports arena? Jesus, people! You guys are so rude! Our savior! Our savior! What is that sound? It's Gumshoe! Hello, Gumshoe! No! 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 He didn't make it in time! What is with him? What's with that sigh? Where's Maya? What happened to the killer? he got away. What? No! I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. I wish there was some way to make it up to you. I really do. Anyway, what's going on? We found his hideout, pal. But the two of them were already gone. This is terrible. I'm going to keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry. I just need a little more time. But don't tell me we don't have any more. Guilty! 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 Stop with the screaming, people! Guilty! Guilty! Do you hear that? They're calling for his head! Mr. Wright, I can't... For us to come this far and... Oh, what is it? Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth. What? I can't do that! Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself? Yes, Your Honor. I am about to enter this proceedings. You may take your phone calls after. Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch! Throw, yes! Mr. Edgeworth? Please, you've got to buy us some more time! Court is in session. No! Edgeworth, no! You betrayer! I hate you. He caught it all calmly and just hung up. Oh man, we're dead. I know you care about Maya. I know you do, Edgeworth. Why are you so... I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying? Not even the slightest bit of a thrown off guard by cell phones flying through the court. I think he's had a fair bit of objects thrown at him in his year-long absence, I guess. Mr. Wright, this is a court of law. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but... I am reluctant to do this. However, it appears I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow. This time I really can't do anything. Court is now adjourned for the day. No. What? Please wait, Your Honor. Edgeworth? What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time. But for what purpose? We can perform the necessary tests on this piece of evidence in that time. But can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes? I believe you can, Your Honor. But wouldn't it be better if you adjourned for the day and then reconvene tomorrow? 30 minutes. Please, Your Honor. That's all I'm asking for. Please, Your Honor. Please, Judge. Please. Your life is on the line, even though you don't know it. Please. Very well. Thank you, Judge. Thank goodness. At the prosecution's request, this court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today. I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us. The court will now take its final recess of the day. Oh, thank God. Thank you, Edgeworth. My gosh. Okay. We have a last chance, people. Right. Well, what's going on with Maya's situation? The killer. It looks like he got away this again. 30 minutes? We can't find her in that time. Ugh. Come on. Report. Is that Mr. Edgeworth? We don't have time. Just spit it out. Right. It looks like we just missed them, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident in his rush to get away. A few things? Can we use any of them as evidence? Oh, I thought you'd ask, pal. I've got the things he left with me right now, and I'm on my way over. Really? That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first. We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran. The hero we all need, everyone. What? Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. Yes! Rebellion! I'm really sorry sorry, sir, but you've got to put the law on hold for now. Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get into too much trouble over this. With my hunk of junk car, I'll be there in about 20 minutes, sir. Bro, imagine if it turns out the last note was forged or something. Yeah. That will also be a funny twist. Don't worry, I'll be there. Wait for me. Alright, just get here in one piece. I'm on a mission and no one can stop me now, sir. No one! I'm pulling out all the stuff and running every run. Gumshoe, what are you doing? Oh my god, he's really out to getting arrested. Items left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough to end this. Hey, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me! And this is why you don't call and drive, kids. No one can stop me. He died! What happened? Sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well. Oh no! He didn't crash, he crashed. Good on this game for raising awareness for dangerous driving. Wow, good it's nice of you to see the positives in this neighborhood, but a man has died today. What was he thinking? We've got to hurry and call for help. But we have no idea where he is. So instead, his cell phone is broken and he wasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, if we don't get those items before they do, the police will take possession of them. No! We can't let that happen! Well, if there is a way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance. Why, oh why did the Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Is there any way to find out exactly where he is at that moment? Wait a sec. To be fair, at this rate he was going, he would have died from too many instant noodles. Yeah, the salt intake of his was also pretty concerning, but we have a way to track him down. That's right, there is a way! What? How? I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this. Do I have his transceiver? Right, we're not in the middle of a mock trial here. Guess it won't work, huh? Guess it's up to me. Alright, I will think of something on my end. Don't get your hopes up too high, but I'll try my best. Did I say something wrong? Edgeworth, what is it? I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. Oh, shoot! I know my client is guilty. But what I'm doing now? Pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent and using the evidence to do so. Might be my turn to say, defense attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death. Right. Doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears. I am so dumb! Whether you did your job well or not, that can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. The verdict. Is Prosecutor Edgeworth here? Yes, Bellev. There's a phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgent. You're probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you must do. I am so dumb! I am so dumb! Oh no! No! We are so screwed. What have I done? I will save separately for this. When did you last save if you want to see it? Well, in the middle of, like, Power's testimony I last saved, so... The game worded it badly. Okay. Hopefully everything will turn out fine. I was horrible. Well, I guess now it will be more of a surprise about who will show up, I guess. If they show up now. Oh. Well, pretty sure that will influence the outcome besides maybe a few lines of dialogue. Okay. Okay. Be calm. Everything will work out fine. Court will now reconvene. I assume both sides are ready. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I can understand the defense acting like this. However, why do you also seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth? Okay, saved by the ending. Okay, that's what I'll... Okay, I'll make sure to do that. That is... It's nothing, Your Honor. What's wrong with Edgeworth? Looks like something unexpected just happened to him. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please tell me the results of the handwriting analysis on Miss Impact's last note. Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we have discovered that this last note is a forgery. Moldy Tree, you predicted the future! Hey! What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This note was not written by Miss Impacts herself. It is a fake. Oh my gosh! Who wrote it? Order, order, order! Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain what is going on? If this was not written by Miss Impacts, then who wrote it? We would need more time to do a more detailed analysis. However, it appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Juan Corrida? What? Mr. Corrida? Well, well. Looks like Miss Impacts never left the last note after all. She never wrote anything about On Guard. However, Your Honor, even though this last note is indeed a fake, Mr. On Guard could not have known that, and so the facts remain unchanged. Acting under the assumption that it was real, he had plotted to possess it. That does sound very plausible. This theory that On Guard had no idea that the last note was fake. Something seems a little wrong with it. I'm gonna back down. I don't know what to do. It's no use. Something feels wrong, but I can't put my finger on what it is. Actually, there's something I would like to ask. Mr. Edgeworth, you had stated something earlier to the effect of the defendant had spied on Mr. Korea's private life. My goodness, the judge gained 3 IQ points when I am struggling to keep it together. I believe this would mean that he would have known about the note as well. That's it? Yes, and so naturally... This means Mr. On Guard would have known that the note was a fake. Ugh. Judge is now on my side. Order, order. See here, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? I was the one who thought of the spying thing. Jumping in and stealing my thunder like that is simply... I can't even describe it. Yes, sorry. No! What? What? If only I'd kept my mouth shut. Yikes, I was... So then, the defendant knew this last note was a fake. And if that is true, then the situation has suddenly changed in a very dramatic way. Exactly, Your Honor. The prosecution's theory to what Mr. On Guard's motive for murder was, it has suddenly disappeared into thin air. But Your Honor, it's not as if Mr. On Guard monitored Mr. Korea 24 hours a day. Perhaps the victim wrote the note in a place Mr. On Guard didn't know of. Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us some proof that the victim made the forgery at an unknown place? Ugh. Order, order, order. Mr. Edgeworth. Looks like this time it is you who has dug his own grave. As I figured. Huh? As you figured. As I figured it came down to this after all. Mr. Edgeworth, you are not making any sense. When I heard the results of the handwriting analysis, I thought it might happen. Question is, what next? What next? If the prosecution can prove Mr. On Guard's motive through the evidence, then we must prove it from another angle. Sorry, my nose is being... One sec. Oh. Okay. I'm sorry. My apologies. That's... I thought I turned my mic off. No. I am so sorry. Okay. Okay. Now that that's over. Your Honor. The prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time. What witness? Oh, well, that's fine. However, this witness is a little unusual. Edgeworth stuttering? This is not like him at all. Unusual? Well, what sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth? This witness is one who is perfectly fit to answer once and for all the question of who was it that hired Shelly the killer to commit murder? That's impossible. Who in the... No such person exists who can answer that question with such certainty. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. Who is this witness? It's... Yes, go on. Who is it? The man himself. Mr. Shelly the killer. How did you manage that? Oh, Mr. the killer. Wait! Shelly the killer? You expected to show up to court and not immediately get arrested? You mean the killer? I mean the assassin? Yes, Your Honor. He's coming here, to the witness stand. Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission. Well, Mr. Wright? Yes? Is this alright with you? Do I have a choice here? I can't really do much else to drag this trial out. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. I wonder if it really is alright to do this. Very well then. The prosecution calls its witness to the stand. Edgeworth, is there no other way left to us? Right. Now then, witness. Your name and your occupation, please. Oh. Very good, sir. My name is Shelly the Killer, and I'm a professional assassin. I say! What is going on here? Your Honor, how can you remain so calm? And what is the meaning of this two-way radio? Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. As long as we do not trace its source, Mr. the Killer will testify to this court. He just took the transceiver from us. Oh my gosh, I did show him the transceiver. Oh, he got it by mail. So this must be what that urgent phone call he got earlier was about. Ah, I see. Oh no, this will not do. I cannot allow this in my court. First of all, we can't even be sure this is really Mr. the Killer himself. Witness, please present some sort of proof that you are, in fact, Shelly the Killer. I understand. Please wait a second. I'm so hungry. Maya! Maya! A voice! Mr. Wright, can you confirm anything from this? The defense has no objections to this person. We are satisfied that this man is indeed Shelly the Killer. It looks like we have run into yet another unexpected turn of events. Well, it doesn't seem like we have too many choices under these circumstances. So, now then, witness, there is one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else. And what would that be? At the request of a client, you killed Mr. Juan Corrida. Is this correct? It is as you say. I did indeed kill Mr. Corrida. Now that we have answered that, let's move on to the name of your client. Very well. This is all just a bad dream. Yes, that's it. It's a bad dream. Shelly the Killer. What is he going to say? About my client. There is something I first must state. To an assassin, nothing is more important than the trust between a client and himself. And that is the reason I am here today, on this witness stand. It is my wish that you grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. Okay. Mr. the Killer seems to be a very clever man. I'd almost say he seems to be mocking us. While he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor, Mr. the Killer is only stating the truth. Don't start disassociating us, Judge. We need you to handle the verdict later. Yeah. Mr. the Killer is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite. He has always stood by this one belief. You mean about this trust between his clients and himself thing? It seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine the witness? Yes, Your Honor. There's no way to know what's coming next, so stay cool and collected with Phoenix. Okay, we're cross-examining a murderer here. A murderer that's holding Maya hostage, so... We can hear anything you have to say later. Can you please just tell us your clients? I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Attorney. I said this is something I must first state. Do you know what the word first means? Sorry, go on. Well, it appears this is one witness you can't badger, Mr. Wright. That's only because you don't know about Maya's situation. The trust between you and your client. I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome. And that is why you are testifying in this manner. This is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I must preserve that the killer name so my clients can trust me. But couldn't someone stab you in the back and break your trust? It has never happened before, but if it ever did... Yes? That person wouldn't be my client for very long. Ooh, I see opportunity. They would certainly... That's enough! Please, no more. Very well, it was only a hypothetical anyway. It surely wouldn't be a hypothetical anytime soon. That sure won't be a hypothetical in... I don't know what I'm about to say. It will surely will not be a hypothetical any longer soon. I don't know if that's what the right way of saying that, but anyway. That seems a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would think that this would be very bad for them. Doesn't matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and acted outside of their prescribed role. Their role? This person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves. But this is a trespass that cannot be forgiven. You? Who gave you the right to be so high and mighty? To the gentleman who spoke just now. Excuse me, but would you care to die? No, I didn't say anything. The judge had better watch himself. We understand, so please tell us the name of your client. I'm afraid I cannot do that. I still have a few things I say before I do. That's egomaniacal. It's not good for your health to be so aggravated. You won't live very long if you let everything bother you. Somehow that coming from an assassin makes it less than comforting. I don't really care about all this extra fluff. Just tell us the name already. Patience, try to calm down a little. It's important to try and understand his mindset. Seems very steadfast and close, so you're going to have to work to get him to talk. Not his therapist, you know? Let's do this again. I'm sorry, but I was wondering about something you just said. Bingo! I am smart. It's exactly the same as Powers. You said that your client had already broken the rules. A person who frames another is the worst kind of human. And that's why you feel you can betray this person? I have no trust relation with a client who can't understand their assigned role. Just my luck, an assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured? Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic? This case just keeps getting better and better. If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think. Really? In that case, I believe I am prepared to disclose the information you seek. You have made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else. I believe we are ready. Excellent. What is it? Now I can bring myself to ask the client's name. If you can't ask it, Mr. Wright, then I will. Witness. What is the name of your client who requested the murder of Mr. Juan Corrida? That person's name is... Adrian Andrews. What? 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 That's not... Witness! That's not who you told me it was earlier. What? The killer sent on guard to Edgewood to make sure he testified. Right, tell, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think and know my own client, and it is Adrian Andrews. What? Oh my god, he's covering for on guard, even like this. This can't be. On the phone earlier. What's going on here? My guess is that Mr. The Killer just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back. What is he doing, indeed? Stabbed Edgeworth in the back? Because he's still loyal to On Guard. I'm sure in order to get an audience with this court, Mr. The Killer told him a different name. Met On Guard, perhaps? I knew it. This is outrageous. I was deceived. This witness is telling a very serious lie. Oh, but you were the one who summoned this witness. You, Kelly the Killer. My testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is met on guard, am I correct? All I wish to do is help procure his acquittal. Because you are still loyal to him. Wow. All of a sudden, it feels like we can actually win this. Yeah. The prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided this last note, which is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, there is a possibility the defendant himself knew it was a fake. But the most definitive of them all, we have heard from the assassin himself the name of his client. Well, it is his guarantee that Matt will be found guilty, yeah. It was the last resort. Mr. The Killer's client who requested the murder was not the defendant at all. No. With all this evidence, it is obvious to me that this means that Mr. Matt On Guard is innocent. I seem to have caused you all a bit of confusion. Please, continue your discussion, and call me when you have reached a verdict. Bailiff, please bring Miss Adrian Andrews in immediately. What now? With the way this is going, On Guard will be found innocent. This may be our last chance to save Maya. Yeah, but Edgeworth is right. The killer is lying. And On Guard, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I win this? Who would have believed that the prosecution's own witness would absolve the defendant? Your Honor, the prosecution requests permission to further question the witness. Charlie the Killer is certainly lying under oath. It wasn't me. Listen, everyone, please. The testimony just now, it was all one big lie. Miss Andrews, the last note may have been a fake, but that man, Matt, he's the reason Celeste died. Like Juan's death, it was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. That testimony just now, you have to believe me. It was a horrible lie. But Mr. The Killer himself has testified. He has named you as his client. No, it's not true. Also, there's quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife and button, donning the nickel samurai costume. But that's... You even had a motive. We know that Miss Celeste's impact was a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her, and you wanted revenge against the two who hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reasons to both want them dead. I know. Mr. Wright. You know the truth. Tell them. Tell them the real story. Who the real killer is. Tell them. Please. Help me. Yes, I know the truth. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. I believe you have reached the end of this trial. Therefore, I ask the defense for any final words or opinions. I have to decide. Do I take the not guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw this chance away and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence? What am I supposed to do? This is too easy. Request the trial to continue. Phoenix, I can't do it, Mia. I can't accept the not guilty. You are a lawyer. I know. But Madame Guard is a killer, a murderer. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone else take the fall. If I let Miss Andrews be convicted, then I'm no better than on guard. And even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact that it is because of Edgeworth that I now know the real truth. He could have gotten on guard convicted so many times over, but he never took a single one of those chances. If I take this verdict right now, I'd be betraying his trust. His trust? His trust, you say? I never thought about it until now. I trust him? If this isn't a shipping moment, I don't know what was. I don't know what is. Yes, you do. Seems someone got over the breakup blues. Yay! Finally, character development. Mr. Wright, your opinion, please. The defense requests that we be allowed to further question Mr. the Killer. Am I hearing you correctly, Mr. Wright? Right. But that witness has cleared your client through his testimony. Your job here is done. I'm not done yet. To see through witnesses' lies and find the truth. That is my job, Your Honor. There's still more evidence to look at. And I'm sure that once those pieces arrive here in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur. Very well, the trial will continue. Mr. Edgeworth, please re-establish connection with Mr. the Killer. Right away, Your Honor. Why, hello, sir. Has a verdict been reached? Before that, we would like to talk with you a little more. About? All you needed from me was the name of my client. What else could you need me for? Well, actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. That is how things are usually done. What is he talking about? Usually done? But what shall we have him testify about now? Mr. the Killer, if you don't mind, please testify about your client in more detail. You legal people and your procedures. Is it any wonder no one likes to go to court? I mean, true. No one likes to go to court. As I've already stated quite a few times, Adrian Andrews is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. My client did it to frame another for the crime, while pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene. Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Quad Corina was dead. But even more appalling is the creation and planting of the knife and button. That act is what I was referring to when I said the client had broken my rules. That is a most unexpected turn of events. For the, 5th time now? However, this time, everything has finally been revealed. Objection! Just a second, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. We still have the cross-examination to do. But you don't need to question testimony like this. Do you, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, the defense will question the witness. As if I have a choice here. Why? What this witness has said is nothing but beneficial to the defense's case. If you scrutinize the testimony, then... Even the judge is acknowledging this case is a doozy. Of course. He's so confused. He sees like everything is going well for the defense. It's like, Mr. Wright, you have a very easy victory here. That's not usually the case. Do you really want to throw that away? And I'll so yeah, it's kind of weird to him that we are just letting this slide. And I expose the lies in that. Also beneficial testimony, I suppose. I don't understand what's going on anymore. That makes two of us. What is it, Mr. Wright? If I press him the wrong way, it might raise suspicions on this end. I'll have to do something to waste more time. Witness, about requesting a hit. Yes. How much is your fee? I see you're also quite a dark-hearted man, Mr. Attorney. Huh? If you would like to talk business, we can do so after the trial. Oh, Jeebus! No! I'm not thinking of hiring Mr. Wright! Yes? You want to kill me! You want me dead! Don't! What? Why would you think something like that's your honor? Guilty! Mr. Phoenix Wright! You're hereby declared guilty! Witness, let's continue. Why did you disclose the name of your clients? They are your client, are they not? He really is a master at misdirection, Mr. the Killer. Shebas. I would think that most people wouldn't be able to overlook a person hiring another to kill. If I had a problem with such a thing, I wouldn't be very effective at my job. Ah, yeah. Well, a change in occupation might be good for you. However, I will say this. Even though I am the one that does the deed, my clients are always the real guilty party. That goes without saying, Mr. the Killer. And their fate is to live with the knowledge of their guilt on their shoulders. However, my client this time thought that they could run away from their guilt. Are you talking about the button and the knife? Yes, and my business card. Oh, this card. So that no one has to waste their time, including the police. I always make it a point to make things as easy as possible. You try to make things easy. My business card makes it very easy to identify who carried out the service. He's pretty devoted to his work. But to disregard everything, to go and stab the deceased with a knife, and even hide my card from sight, that is something I cannot overlook. It's really hard to tell if he's being truthful or not without him being there. So you're saying most clients wouldn't do such a thing? That is correct. Usually, most people try to create an alibi for themselves. If you should use my services, Mr. Attorney, I would suggest you plan for your alibi too. Ah, no, I already told you. I have no intention of using your services ever. Why does he keep looking at me like I'm the one to trial here? From the very beginning. That is correct. From before my client visited the room, all of my clients know precisely what the situation is at all times. I wonder if that's really true. That's odd. Aha! This is a statement. So, why do you think your client did that? What do you mean by why? Well, fiddling around the scene of the crime is pretty risky. Why would someone who had requested a murder go to the crime scene anyway? That is true. I assume it was probably done to frame Mr. On Guard. If that's the case, then why didn't the person just request that you do it? Sadly, that is not possible. Huh? My job is to kill. That is all. And to leave my business card behind, naturally. The business card is so my clients may escape blame. To protect them is my duty. Even if they say it's for revenge, setting someone else up to take your fall. And that's all you have to testify. Yes, and I pray that I will never be called to the stand again. Again, as in you plan to continue? I must, as I have yet to find a person to take my place and become the forced successor. Actually, how would you like your life, Mr. Attorney? Excuse me? No, I'm fine, really. Are you really, though? I wonder what kind of man the judge thinks I am now. What are you going to do now, Phoenix? All I can do now is expose the lies. That's true. However, you realize I will be very bad for your client, right? Ugh, I'm so confused. But the one thing I know for sure is I can't let this trial end yet. That's the one Edward was iffy about. No. Adrian claimed that she walked in, was shocked. Wait a sec. She poured the tomato juice first and set it on the table and then discovered he was dead. And the fingerprints. If Andrews really was trying to, like, give the blame to Avant-Garde, why are her fingerprints still on it? Well, before I do that, I will save. Okay, behold, a glass of tomato juice. Yes! Thank you so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. the Killer. What is the meaning of that attitude? When Agent Andrews entered the victim's room, your client had no idea that Juan Corrida had been murdered. But how? How do you know that? From this wine glass, Your Honor. The glass. Mr. the Killer's supposed client thought Mr. Corrida had only fainted, which is why this glass of tomato juice was poured for the victim. But isn't that just a part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan? That is not possible, Your Honor. This glass bears the fingerprints of that person. Had this been planned, they would never have left their fingerprints behind. I see your point. Mr. Edward, what is your opinion? Strangely enough, I had the same exact thought just now. That's why. This was so easy for me. Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon? Isn't it a waste of time to ask about such a minor detail? It's not a very important point anyway, correct? I'm afraid you are mistaken. If Adrian Andrews really is your client, as you claim, then your client should have had the knowledge of Mr. Corrida's death. If not, then that can only mean that Adrian Andrews was never your client at all. How strange. Yes? Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection at this absurd situation? Uh-oh. Phoenix. If the killer figures out what we're up to, we're in real trouble. Yeah, I know. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm surprised. You know you can't say things like that without any evidence. Sorry. Well, that was an awfully weak objection for the two of you. Anyway, I am positive there was a contradiction in that testimony. The prosecution requests further testimony concerning when the request was taken. Very well. Right now I have to buy us more time. Only wait for the items the killer had left behind to get here. I just know that the very outcome of this trial lies with those items. 1 sec. Test, test. Yeah. This time I did it correctly. No ASMR now. This request came to me, about a week ago. It was a request for my services on the night of the award ceremony. Too late! We met at a certain bar to discuss and finalize a few matters. This is what occurred, and I trust my memory, and I believe I have made no mistakes. Okay. So you physically met your client, huh? That is correct. Meeting one's client is the first step to building trust, in my opinion. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Okay. We need to make him slip up. Yeah, I need a better way to, figure that one out. I need a better way to figure that one out. Because at this point, it's just making it more awkward. Not an issue, but it was notable, yeah. That's something I have yet to figure out. 1 week ago, are you sure? Yes, I'm quite sure. I, of course, had my own preparations, and I was barely able to finish. When you request my services, Mr. Attorney, I hope you will keep that in mind. Please, stop. In any case, my client this time had a very specific date and time in mind. Specific date and time. Did you ask why on that specific night? No. I tried to fulfill all the conditions of my client's request. But as for why, I only have my suspicions. Oh, good idea. I will think about that. Like, just have like a PNG just covering the screen to be trying to do stuff. That will also help with me taking like sips of water. That's a cool idea. I will remember that for later. Press further. So what are these suspicions you had? Why did your client request that night? I'm sure it was all for the bear. The bear. My client spoke of it. I'm sure there will be a bear-shaped figurine in Kwan Korea's room. I would like you to retrieve that item for me. You must be talking about this bear puzzle. Inside the figurine was the last note. Naturally, the victim brought it with him into his hotel room. He was planning to publicly disclose its contents at a press conference after all. That is correct. If I had not done the job that night, I would not have known where that bear figurine was. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance? Well, yeah. The testimony just now has made one thing clear, and that is... the client knew the secret of the bear figurine. Huh? Why is everyone so quiet? Mr. Wright, I think all of us already knew that. Oh, really? Witness, please continue with your testimony. Whoops. Luckily, it was not a penalty. Okay, we met at the bar. So you physically met Adrian Andrews, right? Of course I did. What was that? What was the brief pause? Witness, I would like for you to give us few more details. I always meet my clients as a matter of principle. I have never taken a request by telephone or mail. And why is that? That's because I value the trust between the client and myself above all else. And the only way to establish that is to speak to the clients while looking them in the eye. Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance? Yes! Of course, it was very important, Your Honor. If Mr. the Killer had met this client before the murder, then it's unlikely he is mistaken. So you're saying that his client really was Adrian Andrews? I guess so. You see, it is just as I said. Ugh. So lost. Who the heck am I supposed to be helping here? Calm down, Phoenix. Think carefully and relax. Isn't? Did I say something? Isn't a dude in the car crash right now? Yes, and we're trying to have him recover immediately. And let him bring the evidence over to us. Oh my gosh, Lena Morel! Thank you very much for following. Hi. I am doing very well. We are interrogating a serial murderer right now. A serial killer. How are you? I hope you're doing well. Now then, would the witness please continue? Okay. You trust your memory, huh? So your client was Adrian Andrews? That is correct. Well, he says the two of them met. But if they did, then there shouldn't be anything wrong with the killer's testimony. You doing fine? I'm glad you're fine. I'm doing fine as well. Well, there doesn't seem to be anything strange this time around. You have to draw more information from him, but you can't draw his suspicion. If you can do that, you should be able to find a flaw in his testimony somewhere. Talk about a delicate balance. Okay. How long have you been streaming? It has been for about 2 hours now. The maximum is 4, so I need to really get this moving. Let's see. There was a pause. Let that go. Need something more definitive. 5-hour stream, let's go. No, it's 4. It's 4 hours, not 5. Did I say 5? I didn't not say 5. Your suspicions? Oh my gosh, I did horrible. I'm so stressed now, my gosh. You love my gameplay, yes. Go! We need to press him! My gosh, this is so... I haven't had a follower in a while. Think like... What are these suspicions you had? Why did your client request that night? I'm sure it was all for the bear. The bear. Client spoke of it. I like your gameplay, but the thing is right now I don't have time to enjoy your stream because... Oh, that's completely fine. I stream here every week, and you can follow my Twitter to follow for updates. And you can even watch my YouTube for the previous streams I made. It's primarily gaming streams, though. I sometimes do just chatting streams. So yeah, it's totally fine. Good thing they are VODs indeed. I really should upload the whole playthrough of this after this. And if I had not done the job that night, I would not have known where that bear figurine was. I see. It was very important. Oh. What am I doing? I think it is. Let's see if I can... Let's just delete the message and see. If it is a bot, then I will ban him. I don't know how to ban him. Oh, that's how you ban someone. Okay. If it does... I can't drop links in my chat. Oh, really? Witness, please continue with your testimony. A minor hint will be very helpful because I'm running in circles right now. What was that pause? Never gonna request. Why is that? It was not important. Why he meets his clients is not important, and that wasn't the point. Witness, please stop sidestepping my questions! What do you mean by that? Oh my gosh. I don't have an Instagram. I'm sorry, but I don't. Refusing to have him elaborate doesn't end pressing. The replies are vague and non-specific to what you said, as well as repeated message. Yeah, that's a bot. Okay. It's gone. Sorry, Leader Morel, but you're gone. My question was, did you really meet Adrian Andrews in person? I have already told you, Mr. Wright, I did. It was only through talking with him face to face that I began to trust him. That's when I thought, I can't trust this person as a client. It's true what they say about talking face to face. Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of any importance? Yes. If I heard what I think I heard just now, then I think I've got him. Your Honor, I believe the testimony just now was of the utmost importance. Huh? Really? If that's the case, witness, please include the statement just now in your testimony. Very well. From the moment I saw him, I thought I can't trust this... Him, you say? Isn't Adrian Andrews a woman? I would like to go over this one more time. You met Adrian Andrews at the bar and took the request at that time. Yes, that is correct. And that's when you thought he was trustworthy. How many times must I repeat myself? Yes, that is correct. I'm sorry, but that is an impossible tale. What? Shelley the killer? You have never met the real Adrian Andrews! Why would you say that? Because you made one very big slip-up about her. So what is the issue? What did you say just now? About her? If you had ever met Adrian Andrews in person, one look would have told you that she is a woman. Oh-ho! Wow, that broke down quick. Order in the court. Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? This witness testified to the following. That he always meets face to face with his clients when taking their requests. But he has never met Adrian Andrews in person. Yes, Your Honor. That is exactly the point. That means Mr. the Killer's client could not have been Miss Adrian Andrews. Was the transceiver leaking oil? How does that work? Mr. Edgeworth, I understand your logic on this one. However, why would the assassin make such a basic mistake? To be honest, Edgeworth should be making these objections to not get our cover blown. But that wouldn't be much fun playing. Yeah, maybe just like drop hints to him. I believe it has to do with her name, Your Honor. Her name? Yes, Adrian Andrews is, without a doubt, a very androgynous name. Yes, I see. Unluckily for Mr. the Killer, the entire time he was on the stand, no one had stated Miss Adrian Andrews' gender. And so he simply picked the wrong gender to go with. What? What is going on? We are running circles around the killer, and I'm running circles around him. This court demands an explanation. I think somehow I must have mixed up the client with another. So does that mean you remember something different now? Yes, of course. Please, if you would allow me to testify once more. Ugh, I know he's just going to spit out more lies. Very well, but this time, please give us the truth, and nothing but the truth. Yes, now I remember, I took the request by mail. There have been times when I took a job without having met my client. The request was for the murder of one Corrida and 2 or 3 other small things. When I saw the name at the end of the letter, I thought my client to be a man. Very quick turnaround, huh? So you took this job through a letter. He didn't mention anything about a letter in his earlier testimony. Which means he's definitely lying. Be careful, Phoenix. If you break the assistant's testimony completely, it's over for us. I know, I can't make him suspicious, but I think we're okay, like, we can do this. As long as he's standing there across from me, no matter how strong of a punch I throw, he'll counter it. That sounded kind of shippy! Now then, let's begin the cross-examination. The ship is sailing right now. But didn't you just say that you always meet your clients? Yes, I suppose I did say that. However, there are some clients whom a meeting is simply not possible. Didn't you meet your client this time? No, I did not. Oh, well now, let's stop with this game of cat and mouse. Using your silkiest voice is not going to work on me. Alright then, just cup it up and confess! Mr. Wright, you can't badge your witness with such harsh words. You're a lawyer, so behave like one and present evidence instead of mindlessly yelling. Now then, do you have any proof that Mr. Killer met with his client? I don't have that. I'm sorry, Your Honor, unfortunately I don't have any proof. I see. The line of questioning was just another waste of time. Sadly for us, Your Honor, that is the nature of right and wrong. Nice pun there, Edgeworth. And why could you not meet certain clients? Recently, I have been receiving more requests. If I met each and every client, I would lose some nice business opportunities. Nice business opportunities? On top of which, the times have changed. It is now the age of information and computers, correct? Well, I have joined the times, and now take requests by electronic mail. Electronic mail? Do you have to mail that in a special insinuated envelope? Ah, I'm very sorry. I despise the shortening of words. What I meant by electronic mail is what's commonly referred to as an email. Email! In a contest of mimicry, the judge would be the parrot, hands down. Anyway, so you took this job without having met your client, and... 2 or 3 other things. Yes. And what were these other things? Few other things have nothing to do with this case. What should I do? Should I let him slide with that? It'd be really bad if I pushed his buttons the wrong way and got mad. No! Whether or not they're related to this case is for the court to decide. Mr. Attorney. Uh-oh. Yes? Everything I have said from the beginning has been nothing but beneficial to your client. Which is why I wonder what is pushing you to continue with this cross-examination. Could it be that you are planning to betray your own client? That! I smell the stench of a backstabber. And should you turn out to be one... Wait! Uh-oh, this is looking really bad. I shouldn't press my luck. Alright, then I have to think, is this worth pursuing? It is. It is. Sorry, Maya, it is. Witness, this is a very important matter. Please cooperate and tell us what these other jobs your client requested were. If it's truly that important, I suppose I don't have much of a choice. Man, I dodged the bullet! That bear figurine. The bear figurine? After the assassination of the target, I was to find that figurine. I was told that this job was just as important as the actual killing. And where was that figurine? It was inside Mr. Creator's suitcase. And then, what did you do next? I handed it over to my client right away. You gave it to your client. Interesting. Knowing who literally talking to a literal bullet. Oh my gosh, it was! My goodness, it was literal too. I know he has good aim. This information truly sounds important to me. Witness, please include what you just stated in your testimony. As you wish. I found this figurine in Mr. Engarde's mansion. If you gave it to Miss Andrews, then what was it doing there? I was waiting for her there. That was also part of the plan to frame Mr. Engarde, I'm sure. That makes a lot of sense. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any problem with this piece of testimony? I wasn't actually listening. I'm sorry. It's no use. As long as I can't put my finger on the central problem here, pressing this witness anymore will be extremely dangerous. It appears that Mr. Wright has no problems. Well then, witness, please continue. So you're saying that you never saw your client's face, not even once? I did. Once. It was when I went to give my client a figurine. Yes, I see. But Miss Andrews was wearing a mask at the time. A mask? The nickel samurai mask, I'm guessing. Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about this? Do you have any problem with this piece of testimony? No, there is not. I think I could pull something out of what he said, but it would be real bad if I did something and made him mad over something trivial. There are no problems with the testimony, Your Honor. Well, seems like we're still okay to me. That's exactly what is so bad. At the rate we're going, we will end up completely destroying the killer's lie. If we do that, you already know how serious of a situation that will put us in. Oh yeah. All I can do now is pray that those items reach us in time. I need to press on this one. Gave it to Miss Andrews, and what was it doing there? I was waiting for her there. That was also part of the frame Mr. Engarde, I'm sure. That makes a lot of sense. So the killer says he gave the figurine to Miss Andrews. But Miss Andrews knows how to open it. Why wasn't it opened yet? But I know somewhere in that statement there's a contradiction. Yet, I know that if I present something trivial here, he will cut the connections on his end. If you want to make a strong point, Phoenix, you have to present strong evidence. She's right. So now what? Present evidence. Witness, let's go over this one more time. You gave Miss Andrews the bear figurine, and she told you to take the bear and wait for her at Engarde Mansion. Is that correct? Yes. Where are you going with this? Well, I think maybe you might have remembered a few things incorrectly. Oh, what? This is a battle of wits. I can't let up on him. I don't think it's possible to have been the recipients of this bear. Please. Yes! Shelly the killer. Yeah, I am right. Adrian knows how to open it. Why would she have to bring it to his mansion? If she had really given the bear to Miss Andrews, then this item should not have been inside it. This item? I see where you're going. Yep, that's where I'm going. Where is everyone going? Do I need to pack a suitcase? Your Honor, please think back to Miss Andrews' testimony. I was going to burn it for her sake. If even for a single minute, this bear had actually been in Miss Andrews' hands, I'm sure she would have taken the last note out and burned it. Order, order, order! So that's where you two are going. So by the very fact that this last note was still inside the bear, it tells us that your client didn't know how to disassemble the puzzle. Which means... It means, Your Honor, that it is impossible for Adrian Andrews to be the client. Yes. Order, order, order. Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm sure I mentioned this before. How I hate traitors above all else. I think your cross-examination has clearly demonstrated something to me. You must wish to break your end of our agreement. No, that's not... That's enough. If that is your intention, then there is only one thing for me to do. Wait, please. Gentlemen, ladies, please excuse me. I have a matter that I must attend. No! No! Please! Not that! Please, wait! Mr. Attorney, bring this trial to a speedy end and I may stay my hand. Otherwise... What in the... Mr. Wright, are you... Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. I didn't understand this witness's outburst just now. Do you think there is a need to hear more testimony, or is this enough? Well, we should. Edgeworth, we can't do this. If we keep this up, Maya, she'll... Prosecution, What has gone over everyone? Even you are. The prosecution rests. What is going on around here? Prosecution has no further questions, Your Honor. What? Well, I never thought I'd see the day. This is a most unusual situation. If the prosecution rests with no further questions, then the prosecution has failed to uphold its stance. He lets it go. If that is the case, then even though I am reluctant, I must believe that Mr. the Killer's testimony is accurate. That would mean that Shelley the Killer's client is... Adrian Andrews? Edgeworth! Why would you do that? Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. If I end the trial here, right now, then your client, Matt on guard, will be declared innocent. And in his place, Adrian Andrews will be charged with murder. Miss Andrews will be charged with murder. He doesn't know what to do either. The prosecution has no further questions, so we will now hear the defense's final remarks. Bailiff, please bring the defendant Matt on guard to the stand. The items from the killer's hideout didn't make it in time. We tried as hard as we could, but it looks like our time has run out. Can't believe it! The outcome now lies in your hands. My hands? Dude, did the old guy finally decide? To be honest, I can't think of you as a truly innocent and good person. You have done enough evil to drive a woman to the act. But, at least on the charge of murder, it would appear you are innocent. So, I guess even the old fuddy-duddy figured me out. Mr. God! What an atrocious lawyer I have, giving his own client up like this. And that's refreshing like a spring breeze crap. It's just as atrocious, don't you agree? Anyway, get on with it and pronounce me innocent already. Aren't you allowed to bring liquor to the court? Are you allowed to bring liquor to the court? I think that would be illegal. He's decided that there's no saving his image. Yep. Right, Mr. Lawyer? Should I side with justice? Or should I save Maya's life? You better get on guard and guilty sentence, okay? But if I did that, Maya will die. But if I say he's innocent, then Miss Andrews will be charged as a murderer. Do I say he's guilty or not guilty? Either choice I make, someone's life is going to end. It all hinges on what I choose. Now then, Mr. Wright, Let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter. If the person who hired the assassin was Agent Andrews, then your client, Mr. Matangard, is innocent. There's no need to ask, old man. After all, my lawyer is going to say what I want, aren't you? Right. I can't do this! I have to decide something. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. My client, Matangard, is... Oh no. I don't know. Maya would want this. Maya would want this. I'm so sorry. Wipe that smirk off your face. We are waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Matangard, your client deserves an answer. Maya, sorry. Matangard is... Yes! She is here! I knew it! Franziska von Karma! Yes, she has returned! I knew it! What are you doing here? Ow! You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? This is exactly why I should never take your eyes off of that scruffy fool. Von Karma had to receive her, yes! I had to track her! Did you bring them, the final pieces? Do you have them? You should know better to ask that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. If Von Karma is perfect in every way, the evidence is here in perfect condition. Don't worry about Scruffy. He's fine, and his injuries are minor. All of the items are inside this. What a filthy old coat this is. That's gumshoes. I can spot his tattered rags anywhere. I apologize for its ugliness, but there was nothing else to wrap the items in. I fought long and hard this whole trial. All for what is inside that raggedy coat. I'm sure that inside the coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. Your Honor, inside that filthy coat are the defense's final pieces of evidence. Your final evidence? Yes! Yes! Bring it on. What are the pieces? This trial is already over. All that remains is for me to hand down my verdict. I do not believe that any evidence presented now would change the outcome of this trial? What? What? That's not true. That's not true. Your Honor, it is our duty to examine every piece of evidence down to the last. I request that Miss Von Karma be allowed to present these pieces of evidence. I suppose you're right, Mr. Edgeworth. I grant permission to do so. However, this one obvious rule applies here. If these items do not bring up any new points, then they will not be accepted by this court. Now, Miss Von Karma, if you please. These pieces of evidence are items left by the killer during his escape from the police. He must have been in quite a rush. Yes, Your Honor. The killer left 3 pieces of evidence. Somewhere among the evidence we're about to see, there will be something that will turn this whole situation around. Like a miracle. I'm sure of it. That's all we can hope for. The first item is a pistol. Does the killer's pistol have anything to do with this case? More details are not needed. Pretty sure there was no gun involved in this case. There's no real benefit to hearing about it. Please present the next piece of evidence. This is the pistol that shot Von Karma. Second piece of evidence is his videotape. A videotape? I bet the killer took that from Vanguard Mansion. More details, please. Have you checked the contents of that tape? Unfortunately, there was no time to. Oh, yeah. But I would speculate that this tape is very important. Why would you say that? Because he came back to his hideout for it. Ah, interesting. The killer went back for it. That's right. It looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 of the officers at the site. Wah! But somehow it looks like they managed to protect it from the killer. Surely the killer is no ordinary man. Ah, interesting. The last piece of evidence is this bellboy uniform. Is that a uniform from the Gatewater Hotel? Was that used during the crime? I am almost certain it was. There's even a pair of black leather gloves in one of the pockets. There's no doubt about it, the killer was wearing this on the night of the murder. There is one thing I found interesting about this uniform. And what is that? There is a button missing on this uniform. A button? It's a very unique button. I'm sure if you were to recover it, you will provide us with an interesting clue. There's no time to hear more of any of the evidence, including the gun. Well... that is all I have to present, Your Honor. It's just as I thought. What? What is that, Your Honor? I'm sure we'll be under normal circumstances. These items from Shelly the Killer's hideout would be very important clues. However, our question is not who did the killing. It is who is the client. Yes, that is correct. And these 3 items do not tell us anything about that. No, please! Thank you for your hard work, Miss Von Karma. You may step down. Wait, Your Honor. Please, allow me to examine this new evidence. Overrule. No! This court already has all the evidence it needs to hand down a verdict. Wonderful. Absolutely splendid. This judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he? Is this the end? I will save here. Is this the end? Hope not. Phoenix. I knew it. There's no such thing as a miracle in this world, is there? I think you're wrong. I think they do exist. But you have to make that miracle happen. You've come this far. You can't give up now. No matter how you think about it, it's... Try. For my sake. Just think about it for a second. There are 2 ways out of the situation for us. 2? The first. Make Engard wish from the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict. Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. Huh? The killer will always place his client's wishes first. If Engard himself wishes to be convicted, then he will let his hostage go. That may be true, but that's asking me to do the impossible. Second way. Force the killer to end his contract with Engard. How to do that? Wait! The trust between him and his client is absolute. If Engard broke that, something bad will happen. And Engard did do something bad. He filmed the murder. This is the tape of the murder. Oh my god, I need to do this. If the killer would no longer think of Engard as his client, then he would let Maya go. Mia, that's even more impossible. It isn't, Phoenix. He is a man who values his duty towards his clients above all else. I know both of these seem like impossible feats at first, but if you could make either one happen, it would truly be a miracle. Bigger problem is, the judge has already said he doesn't need any more evidence. The pieces he was just shown, he's not accepting them. Phoenix, think things through from the other side. Isn't that what has always worked for us? The other side. Wait, does she mean? You mean to turn things around? Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need the evidence. If that's the case, then who does need it? The person who needs the evidence. The defense, prosecution, and the judge. We have seen all the pieces of evidence. And that is how we have come to know the truth. But there's one person who has yet to see them all. That person does not know the truth. That truth, it may be what will bring about the miracle in the end. It will. There are no objections this time, correct? Now then, I will pronounce my verdict. Why don't we all respectfully sit back and listen, kids? Objection! No, I refuse! I have already told you, Mr. Wright. This court does not need any more evidence. I am not saying it is us that needs the evidence, Your Honor. Then you want to show the evidence to that person? Yes, Your Honor. Please, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, for you to ask with such passion, I will grant you one chance. One chance. Please show your evidence to who you think is the right person. That's impossible. To turn the situation around in one try. One try. That is all I will permit. I have to try to remember. I already remembered. It's okay, Phoenix. Everything that has happened up to this point. Think, Phoenix, think! There must be a way to save Maya while taking our guard down at the same time. Now that Mr. Wright, let's not waste any more time. Who would you like to show evidence to? Who, you may ask? The killer himself. I see. And now, tell this court what one piece of evidence you would like to show this person. Oh, the killer! Someone broke your trust! Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? I think there's some merit in showing this evidence to the witness. Bailiff, please bring in the transceiver from earlier. Alright, it looks like I managed to convince him. Okay, killer, what do you have to say? Maya, she's okay, right? Didn't I tell you to concern yourself and bring about a speedy end to this trial? Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence. Yes, one is all I need. I have here a videotape. It was found at your hideout. I heard you injured 3 officers in your attempt to get this back. That was most regrettable. However, it was an order from my client. I was told to protect that videotape. Ah, he did, didn't he? Haha, I thought so. I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard. Do you know the contents of this tape? I was sternly told by my client to not watch it. So I have absolutely no idea. Actually, you are on this tape. Me. There was a video camera hidden at the crime scene. Your actions were being recorded. What? Is that true, Mr. Wright? Who was in that plant? Who was it that planted the camera? Well, the only person who could have placed the camera at the scene of the crime would be your client, naturally. That was Agent Andrews. Be quiet and listen, Your Honor. Yes, sir. Your client specified a place and time for you, isn't that right? Yes. That was so they could film you. I had no idea. Mr. Wright, why would my client do such a thing? I would like to know why. Why did Madame Guard film the crime scene? The reason why he did that is my ticket out of this whole mess. There's only one reason why your client would secretly film the crime scene. They wanted blackmail on you. Your client once told me something very interesting. Yes, he literally told us. We were talking about you, and this is what they said. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone. Least of all assassins. Oh, come now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep it at bay. And even blackmail him if I want. Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you. What do you have to say to that, Shelly the Killer? Oh! He is pissed! It looks like I was being deceived from the very beginning. By the way, blackmailing a known assassin is a bad idea, even if it succeeds. Yes, by natural. That is the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks in plots of how to use the people around them to protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. That is the true nature of your client. I have one question for the witness. Yes? You told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You said that you detest traitors most of all. Yes, that's right. Well, what if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then? That's obvious. I would break our contract in that case. And then that client will become my next target. For the honor of the killer name, even if it takes an eternity, I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact my punishment. Well then. I see. That's all I wanted to know. So the traitor becomes the killer's next target. Ah, I get it. This is how we'll turn things case around. Mr. Wright. Yes? My contract with my client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I will now return to you your precious item! What the? I'm not an item? I thought I'd never see you again. Oh, thank goodness! This trial appears to have come to its conclusion. However, I am sort of... I don't quite know what just happened. Ah! Miss Von Karma, what is that? She always has you in her sights. Now, I believe it's time to finally hand down a verdict. After 3 long hours, almost 3 hours, he looks nervous! Miss Arngard, it looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You will finally receive the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy. But before that, I would like to make one final statement. Sometime in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. Needless to say, that man is very good at what he does. I'm sure you would understand what I mean if you watch this video. Help me! Now then, Your Honor, the verdict, if you please. Is this alright with you, Mr. Wright? We have finally reached the end of a very long battle. Whether he's convicted or acquitted, there's no escape from him now. Go on, Phoenix. Choose whichever way your heart tells you. Right, Chief? It is time. Matt on guard. Even though I'm a lawyer, I cannot make your crime disappear. I think a guilty verdict is appropriate here. Me? My wonderful self? Guilty? Even if you got an acquittal, the instant you set foot outside the detention center, your life will be in danger. No matter which way you look at it. You can't run away from your crime anymore. No! Guilty! 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 Yes! Yes, 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 yes! As always, it looks like we have uncovered the real truth. If you say not guilty, Matt finally starts to plead guilty himself. It's nice that I've gotten to see both cases. Hey! I don't remember you helping out much in this. Yeah, he needs to see a doctor. In jail. Get a stress ball as well. He needs therapy. Mr. Edgeworth, how is Matt on guard? I've lost Miss Von Karma in charge of his incarceration. I'm sure he's getting a full-course meal of whip leather right about now. As he deserves. Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it, witness? Yes. I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor. The first time I was called to the witness stand during this trial, all I felt was despair. Supposed to be talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her. Guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did. This witness. How should I put this? She has an illness. If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me. But after that, when I was alone at the attention center, that's the first time I really saw myself for who I am. And today, the two of you used your combined strength to convict Matt. I felt like I had finally been saved. Oh! Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen her smile. I'm really, really happy that you two are in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel at this moment. This is the first time I felt comfortable with myself. It's who I am. Thank you so much, everyone. Oh, I'm crying tears of happiness. I'm so relieved. It looks like we have resolved everything at last. As for myself, there are still a few things I'm confused about. But everyone seems to be in good spirits. And that is good enough for me. That is all. This court is adjourned! Woo! We're finally happy! We did it! By the way, another fun fact, if you got it wrong, we actually got a separate bad ending. You got an achievement depending on the system you're playing it on. Huh, interesting. But I don't like bad endings on the first shot. I might replay it to see it, but I don't need to. You were great out there, Phoenix. What I did out there was right, wasn't it? This is the first time you've not gotten your client off. You got him a guilty verdict this time. And I'm happy for it. But you have to look past all that to what's really important. You now realize that there is something more than just getting a not guilty, right? Yes, I understand now. Phoenix, think back for a second. Think back to the moments before Miss Von Karma arrived with the final pieces of evidence. Think about the incredible decision you had to make. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statement on this matter. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. Should I side with justice? Or should I save Maya's life? I sided with justice. My client met guard is guilty. Is he guilty or is he not guilty? Those were your choices then. And your answer? Your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you. Right. Edgeworth. I have good news. Maya's now safe in police custody. Yes! Really? Girls, you're telling us the truth, right, Miss Edgeworth? Yes, she's quite safe. She's on her way here as we speak in a patrol car. Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya, saved! You did it! You really did it, Mr. Nick! Ow! She punches deceptively hard for a kid. I believed in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her. Thanks. Did they feed her on the way then? She was starving? Probably. Hopefully. Oh! What's wrong? Miss Von Karma. Huh? Hello? About earlier? Thanks. Ow! Why are you still smiling, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You lost! Your perfect ring record has now been crushed! Ah, yeah. I suppose it did. But I don't care. And yet, you are still happy? I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Von Karma. How dare you! Don't worry. She made time. After all, I was like that myself, till a year ago. Edgeworth. For my own personal victories, and for guilty verdicts. I use every dirty trick in the book, and so my ring record remains spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against that selfish me. I fought him in my usual manner, and tasted my first defeat. I felt like I had lost everything because of that. And then it was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened, so I left the prosecutor's office. And I left that note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. As well as you should have. A prosecutor has shamed himself with defeat, should crawl into a hole and die. Wow, harsh, Von Karma. But that was not what happened. After I left the prosecutor's office, I finally came to realize something. And it was in that moment of clarity that everything began to change. What foolish nonsense! We prosecutors use anything we can to attack the defendants. But every time we did so, no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong with his undying faith. And then, before I knew it, I began to trust in that man as well. Are you saying the Felix mutual? I'm way too invested into this. What? You trusted your enemy? Doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses. The truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only thing we can do is fight with the knowledge we hold and everything we have. Erasing the paradoxes one by one. It's never easy. We claw and scratch for every inch. But we will always eventually reach that one single truth. This I promise you. The truth? Yes. That's the reason why prosecutors and defense attorneys exist. I'm sure you knew that already, didn't you, Wright? I don't think... That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding, isn't that right? This man who only had his sights set on victory, who ran away into the night. Is Mr. Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick? You really let me down. When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believed in the things you said to me. All those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. Exactly, more that... Well, like you had everyone believed you were dead. The really nice thing to do for people who cared about you. Exactly. That's why Phoenix was so mad. That's why, 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided that the Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least, that's what I told myself. You pathetic fool! Miss Von Karma! I don't want to hear the wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser. A Von Karma is someone who is destined to be perfect. Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy. You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma. And neither am I! It's over. It's all over. Franziska threw something on the ground just now. This is an electromagnetic receiver. Is that the thing she used to track Detective Gumshoe? I'll return this to the precinct later. There's something else. Is that Miss Von Karma's whip? I'll never set foot in another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she's saying by this action. You should keep this, right? Okay. Nick! Yay! The precinct's going to just let Gumshoe remain shipped. Hopefully not, but he's not part of the precinct anymore. I don't think they would care. Anyways, Maya! Maya! Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! Oh! Oh, I don't know what sprite to use. Oh, Nick! I knew you would come through! You got on guard convicted like I knew you would! And on top of that, you even rescued me! Well, of course I did! You know I would never desert you! Well, we sure pressed our luck this trial. You're really lucky to be standing here. Whatever. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, if I did grow, I would just come back and haunt you like a bad ghost through Pearly. Is it really that easy to do something like that? Thanks a lot, Nick. Don't mention it. Maya. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm relieved you're alright. Hey, looks like you've made some real progress, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, I suppose I'm a little different from who I was a year ago. Oh my gosh, she hasn't eaten yet? Alright. I think it's time we got out of this depressing place. Huh? Where are we going? Food, Nick! Food! Frog chow! I'm starved! I'm so hungry, even you look like a nice juicy burger on a bun to me, Nick! Well, she has eaten, but she can eat more. Also a good point. You think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib at least.
Come with us, Mr. Edgeworth, please.
If you insist.
All right, so how about we head to our usual burger joint?
Oh, wait, why don't we hop to the usual burger joint?
Don't be silly, Nick.
Huh?
This case messed up that awesome evening and got in the way of my gourmet food. So I decided that we have to make up another by having another feast.
Another feast?
Come on, Nick, food!
Oh, but my wallet. March 23rd, 7:38 p.m. Gatewater Hotel, the hotel lobby. Hey, pal! Sorry to keep you guys waiting. Oh my gosh, he is alive! I am so proud. Gumshoe, are you alright? Yeah, but I'm really embarrassed. Of course we invited him. He is the MVP. I didn't think I would see the telephone pole of all things. A telephone pole? And it wasn't the red light that got him? You did it again, city boy! I felt like my dear old heart was gonna give out on me. And I ain't joking. Yeah, it was more exciting than the very last episode of the Steel Samurai. Thanks. Now looky here, Mr. Snooty Prosecutor. Don't you reckon you bullied Mr. Wright too hard? Don't start being not nicer to him. He might just kick it. Tonight even. He wasn't even running the red lights. It really was him causing that caused it. I'll keep that in mind. Well, come on now. Everyone get around. Y'all are gonna get your picture taken by a genuine professional photographer. Looks like Lara bought herself a new camera. Well, pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us now. Come on, tonight's all about eating, so let's go chow down, pal.
Amen to that, pal. Amen.
You know, when you think about it, you were the one who saved the day, detective. Huh? Me? You really think so? Nice to see someone coming up for Phoenix, indeed. He's right. If it wasn't for the 3 items you took, I don't think this trial would have had a very different ending. Oh, well, you know. It's... Aww. Huh? Wait. That's odd. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir.
What? 4?
Yeah, I'm sure I put one of the items in my coat pocket. There was a 4th item? Ah, come on, y'all, it's over! But oh boy, I'll tell ya, you really are something else! Between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped, never a dull moment with you, huh?
You think?
Why does she look so happy about that?
Being shut away for 2 whole days. Weren't you scared? Yeah, it was really scary. I felt so hopeless. So to keep my mind off of things, I drew a picture.
Sounds like you had it rough, gal. So where's this picture of yours?
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Mr. Maya's picture. You know, I don't know where it went. Aw, that's too bad.
That's the 4th item, isn't it?
Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyway.
Ah. Sure, it's nice to finally see them both smiling again. What is it, Edgeworth? This thing is picking something up. That's Miss Von Karma's receiver. Ugh, thanks to her, I had the most awful experience of my life, sir. I can't believe she stuck a tracking device on me. That's odd. Even though you're standing right here. The tracking device seems to be in a different location. Oh, it's probably busted or something, sir. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself. I still have some work to do.
Huh? But Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't eaten anything yet.
You've eaten way too much, you glutton. I have fun tonight. Now, if you'll excuse me. It's attached to his coat, indeed. Wait. What? I just want to say... Thanks, Edgeworth. You really saved me out there. If anyone should be saying that, it should be me, right? I feel like words alone aren't enough here. I wonder if there's anything I can give him to express how I feel. I don't know what to give him. Nice of Karma. Really would have expected her to jump straight to shipping. A whip is good enough? It's symbolic! let's give him the whip. I don't need this. What's this? The only thing not ours, and not evidence. Thank you. It's all thanks to you two. You and her. You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job.
Looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick. Hey, Mr. Maya. Yes, Burley? I guess you two can go back to being lovey-dovey, right?
Pearl, there's only one person in my heart. In Phoenix's heart, I should say. And it's not Maya!
Mr. Nick, I mean... But Pearly, would you cut it out already? You're embarrassing me!
Anyway... So, who's paying for this lovely dinner party?
As if you need to ask. Everyone say thank you to Nick!
Huh? No! Yeah, I'm kind of at the point where I can't even buy instant noodles, pal. So I kind of already put your name on the bill. Huh? Huh? Yeah, I got me a situation just like that myself. There's a scammer shop in this hotel, see? I just bought myself this good old beauty here. Could earn me anyhow for $3,000. What? Actually, I reckon you bought it for me since it's on your top. No! Huh?
Is this great, Mr. Nick?
Yeah, Nick. Why do I suddenly feel like screaming? You don't need to hold back now you're here. Yeah, pal. Time to let it all out.
This is going to be the first time I hear the real you. Go on, it's been a while since I heard you say it. I've been busy being a hostage and all.
Alright then. If you say so. Objection! Technically not one person given something heavily implied next, but Phoenix can have more than one crush. Oh, I see.
Really came through for me, Nick. I had to hide that letter, but I knew you'd find it. I really feel like I've been living on the edge lately. I mean, I've escaped death 3 times now. Pretty cool, huh? Feel like a pro.
You really shouldn't be feeling that way, Maya.
I'm so happy that you could save Mystic Maya, Mr. Nick. And I'm so happy for the 2 of you. Speaking of which, I think this hotel is a popular place for honeymooners. So I sort of made reservations for the 2 of you.
No! No, not more! Not more of my money spent. I can barely afford rent, Pearl. I really wouldn't be surprised if it happens again. Well, pal, looks like I'm back on the force again. Miss Ashford had a long talk with the chief, and he got me reinstated for my sake. Really? I heard he said things like, letting that one go is bad for all of society. I knew it! Crashing headlong into everything is the only way to live, pal! Beautiful! Best ending! Best ending, he deserves it. He deserves even a promotion for that.
Oh, Maggie! I'm Maggie Bird, and retiring this uniform as of today, sir. I'm going to be a waitress from now on. And bring smiles and joy to the people who come by that restaurant, sir. I hope you stop by sometime, Mr. Wright. I will.
Good for her. I feel so content right now. We did it, people. Oh no. Yes, are you here to visit the patient? I'm Director Horty, ho ho. Recently, yes, that girl, you know, I haven't seen her around. Yes, but I remember, even if I laid so much of an eye on her, I would go crack. It didn't matter if I got whipped though. Yes. I would like you to be whipped more. Literally, have pain in your soul. That was a bit too dramatic. Max! It's time to begin our quest of world circus domination, sweetie. And to let the world know we are serious, we plan to make a fabulous flight to Zimbabwe. Hey Max, what do you think Zimbabwe is like? Do you think there are castles made of cake? And bunnies who can talk? No, sweetie. I think if there are any talking bunnies, even they won't laugh at most jokes. Aww. Oh yeah, we need to bury him alive. That's a good strategy. Bury him alive. Hi, Mo. I'm ready. There's no way these jokes are gonna fall on deaf ears. I'm going to be more contemporary with my humor. More girls, represent! We've got our act all worked out. Prepare for the Hallelujah course. Say something, will you? You're supposed to start this off. Get on with it. I will thoroughly enjoy you be thrown into the pyre. Yeah, I need to do, I need to get around to that, to burn this puppet alive. What's this strat? It's just an ordinary electric razor recharging on its stand. I can't believe this. Really? How long did they plan on making me do this? Ah, but it's Hashipu's idea. So that means it must have a deep hidden meaning. But why do I get the feeling they wouldn't forget about me, would they? I was never like this in the old days. Everyone thought the world of me. You just let her scan the whole hotel to get us out of her hair. Thank you, Edgeworth. I appreciate everything you and Mr. Edgeworth did for me from the bottom of my heart. Oh, that's right. I received a letter from Miss Von Karma. She said that after I get out, I should feel free to consult her about anything at all. I'm really thankful to have met everyone. Aww. I wasn't even reading! It has become difficult for me in this country as of late. As such, I will take a short leave of absence. If you'd like to request my services, please be sure to visit my homepage. May we both be blessed with longevity. Die! May we never see you again. Huh? March 23rd, 9:42 p.m. International Departures Gate 12? What is this? Where are you going, Francisca? How did you know I was here? What this? That! I heard you were planting things on a certain person. Things like tracking devices in his coats, for example. That's just like you. I only planted it there because he was always wearing it. This filthy drab coat of his. Then why do you still have it? I don't know how it ended up in my luggage. But it's going in the trash, I promise you that. Oh, that's right. Speaking of that man, he told me something very interesting. When I ran off with the things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. Yeah, what did you take? 4 things. Seems he put the last one in his coat pocket. He put it in here. It doesn't matter anymore. The case is already over. What are you going to do now? That's none of your business. Are you running away? Shut up! You don't understand a thing. You can't possibly understand what it means to be Manfred von Karma's daughter. Francisca. So many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill. I'm expected to win no matter what. And failure? Such a thing is not an option for me. My father was a genius. There's no doubt about that. But me? I'm no genius. I've always known that. But I had to be one. I had to. You may not be a genius like your father, but you are a prosecutor. You have been and always will be. No, I'm not. Not anymore. I'm even throwing my whip away. Speaking of that, Wright gave me this to hold on to. Right. You knew something like this would happen, didn't you? I'm going to say this again. We prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. I hope you will think deeply about what you should be striking down with that whip. You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked on ahead without me. Miles Edgeworth, I've always hated you. And then, finally, my chance to take my revenge on you arrived. If I could win against that man, if I could make Phoenix Wright bow down in defeat, then this girl you left behind would have risen higher than you. That was supposed to be my revenge. I see. You know, I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've been until today. I believe you can. Just like how Adrian Andrews did. Adrian Andrews. You were going to use her during the trial, right? But you were dependent on your father by using his tactics. Isn't that right? Today, you chased after me, after I'd left you behind all these years. And that's why we're standing here now, side by side. But I have no intention of stopping. If you say you are going to quit your walk down the prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways, Franziska von Karma. I am Franziska von Karma. Don't think I'm going to walk in your shadow forever. Our battle begins now, so you better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth. Oh. Phoenix Wright. One day, someday, I'm sure we'll meet again in battle. Until then, this last piece of evidence that never made it to you. I'll take good care of this fourth piece, so I can give it to you when at last we meet again. It's not the end for Franziska. We did it! We cleared the game! And that, ladies and gentlemen, was Phoenix Wright, Justice for All. Oh my gosh, we did it, everyone! And on a pretty good timestamp as well. Congrats on finishing the game. It's really fun to see you as an Ace Attorney again. Especially with the addition of your new outfit in the courtroom. Yeah, I will for surely use this place again. This place was beautiful. And was relatively easy to break into. Nah, you were fine. Sometimes, if I would just... Most of the tips you gave were things I asked, which was fine. But maybe tone it down on, like, teasing what's coming next in the next game. I know I'm gonna forget it by the next stream, which is why I haven't called it out on you yet, but maybe it's just for the flow of things, you know? Maybe it will be better for other people who won't take it as personally as I do. But for the rest, you were pretty fine. I'm at least happy you showed up, as well as Demoly if they are still here, at least. We got rid of a bot, at last. I don't know why they kept bugging me for my Instagram, but especially easy to break into. You learned to turn invisible, indeed. That is my real superpower. I can turn invisible. No one will know I'm here. No one! No one! Oh, hey. But hey. I guess it's time. I will take a sip of water as a final take. My goodness, my hands are shaking. It's time that I eat something as well. But yeah. And that helps. Finally coming around to using water instead of sparkling water. Character development, everyone. But yeah. Next time. Next time is just gonna be a just chatting stream. To celebrate that I'm now finally free from Phoenix Wright for a while. I'm gonna play the next game, I think, I think I'm gonna start around January, actually. So I have 2 months of time. And it gives me enough time to prep for the Halloween stream. So yeah. Thank you all very much for watching, everyone. And yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. I got something to hunt down. So yeah. See you all next time. Bye bye.